on to Tuesday. Better not tell your man. Oh no. Let you in on a secret that your mama can't know. I'm a wizard with a magic stick. So hop on, let's go. Let's go. Can you handle it? I can't handle it. You can't handle it. I can't handle it. Can you handle it? I can't handle it. You can't handle this. I can't handle it. Can you handle it? I can't handle it. Can't handle it. I can't handle it. Can you handle it? I can't handle it.
Shibbity wop me, oobity wop me, oop down.
It's them best sweet cakes.
2 years.
How come you ain't been before? I guess we make mistakes. All right now. Honey looking fly, fly, fly. This much is true.
Shibbity wop me, oop down.
So tell me what you gonna do. Gonna do.
Chili con carnage.
I can't handle it. You can't handle it. I can't handle it. Can you handle it? I can't handle it. You can't handle this.
Shibbity wop me, oop down.
Can't handle it. Come on. Handle it. Can you handle it? I can't handle it. You can't handle this. Can you?
Shibbity wop me, oop down.
What you gonna do?
Happy move in. Hope things are settling down well.
Can you handle it? While you're turning up with your friends in tow. I'm allergic to the ugly ones. Oh, no. What you gonna do with those? Tell them bye, bye, bye. Yeah, it'll be okay. It'll be all right. They can catch the bus to the interstate. Hit me, come on. Can you handle it? I can't handle it. You can't handle it. I can't handle it. Can you handle it? I come on. Handle it. You can't handle this. I can't handle it. Can you handle it? I can't handle it. Can't handle it. I can't handle it. Can you handle it? I can't handle it. You can't handle this. Come on. Can you handle it? I can't handle it. You can't handle it. Come on. Can you handle it? I can't handle it. You can't handle this. I can't handle it. Can you handle it? Come on. You can't handle it. I can't handle it. Can you handle it? I can't handle it. You can't handle this. I can't handle it.
Shibbity wop me, oop down.
Skibbity bop boom bada. Can't handle it.
Shibbity wop me, oop down.
8.
Bye.
Good evening, 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 and welcome to the cold opening of Game Night. This is very different. Normally I just sort of go into the opening titles, but because it's all a big surprise tonight, mainly because I'm slightly flying by the seat of my pants, and there's new things and potentially new spontaneous things happening tonight. It's all a bit weird. This is my new setup, my new room, my new streaming room, and it's very nice. Four monitors. I'm gonna have to get used to the camera being over there rather than there. Whose basement are you in? Can we rescue you? I'm not. I'm upstairs in the house, and I see that Samster has already redeemed a Show Me the Pupper. We've also got a Show Me the Kitty from AJ and a Show Me the Doggo from Connor. So for those of you who weren't around on Tuesday, the big surprise that I've been teasing for a few weeks is that we have got a new puppy, and Samster are going to cash that Show Me the Pupper in right now. This is a squirmy little thing, but this is Dexter. Dexter the pupper. He's a Cocker Spaniel puppy, and he is 11 weeks old, and he's very soft. He's a bit squirmy just at the moment, aren't you, boy? He wants his dinner too. Mrs. Flush is also up here, but this is Dexter, and he's a big yawn. Oh, what on earth is happening there, Dexter? Yes, he's our new pupper, and he is proving to be a full-time job, it seems. But he's absolutely gorgeous, and he's full of beans and full of life, and we love him very much already, don't we, Dexter? Hello.
I want my dinner. Mr. Man, may I have my dinner, please, Mr. Man?
Apparently I am called Mr. Man, and Megs is called the nice lady. He's just woken up from a nap, and Megs has taken him outside. He's not fully house-trained yet, so he can't really stay up here because these floorboards aren't particularly well covered, and there's lights directly below, so if he pees, the whole house might explode, which we'd rather avoid, obviously, having just moved in. Oh, who's a sleepy boy? But that's Dexter, so there you go, Sam. So there's your Show Me the Pupper. We'll mark that as complete.
The cats have both gone out.
Oh, the cats have gone out for a walk, but we can do a Show Me the Doggo, and we'll see if it works any better with this camera angle. Miney, hello.
Dexter knows. He's like, oh, the
Hello. Miney, up you come.
No,
What's this?
absolutely not. No.
I can't see with the camera. I wonder if I can adjust the angle easily. Here.
Let me move over here, and I won't be standing. Miney, come.
I don't really want to tilt the tripod. Let's. Is it that one?
She is currently sat on her bed with a look of the utmost content because she knows
Point that
what's
down
coming.
a little bit. Miney, just come here. Come here. Well, I won't pick you up. Some of the rubbish out of the way. Miney, come here. Come on.
Go.
I'm going to chase you in there. Come on.
Oh, no.
Come on. Here you go.
No.
There she is.
This is humiliating and embarrassing.
I'm not a prostitute, he says. Oh, no, you're not. We're just showing you off.
We're not going to pick. Oh, we are.
Oh, we are going to.
No. See, that's why she doesn't.
Oh no, that's why she
come.
doesn't like it, because
Why
she
she
knows
does-
what's about to happen.
Yeah, she doesn't like to be picked up. Whereas if you make it a nice
Miney,
experience for her.
What's this?
if
We need to get some treats for her, really,
yeah,
don't we?
need to get treats.
Okay, well, there's a Show Me the Doggo, sort of, Connor.
Show me a very unimpressed.
Very unhappy doggo.
Very
She's gone back to her
miserable.
bed. I'll mark that one off all the same. The light has come on now, which is quite annoying. I don't really want the light on. It might come on naturally a bit later on. Let's just reset the camera. Oh, bye! My wife's gone. I'm also going to need to put the angle back up because that is... Oh, now the light's come back on again. We'll just have a light. We'll just do it with the light. We'll just do it with the light, and that will be fine. And if I look over there, it's going to blind me. And Show Me the Kitty we will leave to later on. Melodic, Show Me the Pupper again. We'll bring Pupper back as soon as he's sort of coming back upstairs and he's had his dinner and whatnot. So there we go. Imagine if TV quizzes had this many doggos, the world would be a much better place. I think I probably agree with you, exactly. All our doggos are very, very lovely. Anyway, welcome back to Game Night after a sort of 10-day hiatus. Apologies that Tuesday couldn't happen. I was planning to, and the internet was here, but there was just so much going on, so sort of impromptu tour of the house. And last Thursday as well, my motherboard exploded, so running off a new PC now. I'm hoping everything's going to be a little bit smoother, because I've got more RAM, I've got a much faster processor, brand new motherboard, and more hard drive space as well, a lot more hard drive space. So that's nice and fun. I'm obviously in this new room, which it has got quite a nice decor. But I mean, this house was built in 1802, so the decor slightly reflects that. That's an airing cupboard behind me, so it is always like 1,000 degrees in here. Yeah, so there aren't any radiators upstairs at all. We've just got an airing cupboard and a hot water storage tank in there, so it's about 1 billion degrees. Does it come with resident ghosts? Possibly. We've only been here 6 nights, so we're still waiting to see. Jet Squad, welcome on in. Thank you very much. Oh, good lord, for the follow. I've got to get used to a chair. The floor is a bit like that, so it's very quirky in that respect. But yes, aggressive follow there. Welcome on in, Jet Squad. Lovely to have you here. And let me say hello to everybody else. We've got Carver 7th, G. Isons, Adster, Apodo, Prugs, AB Me. Good evening to Colo, and the jump down because someone else joined. Topper and Zeus. Good evening, Shapes and AJ. Oni and It's Sotley, Big Man Aaron and Natter, Quizface, Mark, David, Reese, Jack and Connor, Lewis and Toot, Dogfish and Derek, brand new Halo, Samsa, good evening Milklight, good evening Tapstop, good evening Ash, good evening David, good evening Dev and Innis, Cetra and Cycle Space, hello to Joe and Poker and Tipster and Calibrated Vision, to Lucario and to Jay White, to Clive, to Silent Marine, to Ass Backwards, to Holger Mate, Pop Ramen Comedy, Jers Molodnik, the Jep Squad, and anybody else who is lurking in the stream. You are most welcome to be here. It is lovely to have you. And thank you for coming back. And thank you as well for that hype train at the start of the night. Subs coming in there from Connor and AJ and Ash and Tipster and Dev and Oni. And then 100 bits from Reese as well. Thank you very much. It was a nice start to the evening. And to say apologies, the only Connect pack was maybe not as firm as I might ordinarily like it to be. Now, it's a bit of a compendium of everything today. Because we've fallen behind on the schedule, we've missed about 3 buzz-off games, which are going to have to be made up at some point. I didn't want to do buzz-off tonight because there's slightly more that can go wrong with it. And it's also... Yeah, it's just sort of a little bit of extra pressure on me at the first stream of the new house, where I'm still getting used to the setup and the layout, and say dog and stuff means I might have to go at any minute. So, but you're very welcome to be here. So it's all going to be mass multiplayer. Let's initiate a bonus, and we have got. I still haven't fully decided on the third game yet. I'll decide in the sort of heat of the moment. It is working, yeah. Crowdfunder ring light. You know what? I think that's probably something that I need to. I don't know where I'd put it though, because my top monitor is now up here, because I've got, so the new setup, I posted it in the server earlier on, I've got 32-inch here, 32-inch up there, and then vertical 27 and vertical 27. I am still waiting on a new monitor stand to go and make this one a little bit higher, because it's not quite uniform, my right-hand monitor. But there's a lot of screen real estate going on, which is really quite nice, and it means I can get hold of everything easily enough. Also, just to test the new feature, I'm shamelessly nicking this idea from Bash, but I'm just going to minimise that a minute, because otherwise it might spoil something, and let's go like that as well. Shamelessly ripped this off from Bash. When I saw it, I thought, I've got to have this, and I would have had to program something in a couple of hours. I've not used it. But anyone asking are we playing Buzz Off tonight? No, we are not. We are not playing Buzz Off tonight. So I've got a thing that I can do there now with a magic button, which is quite nice. So thank you to Ash for the idea. And apologies for your ears. Is that much louder? It didn't sound much louder here. But apologies if that is a bit louder. Right. We're going to get on with our first game, and this first game tonight comes to us courtesy of David J. Bodycom. Now, David sends his apologies in advance if... oh, am I quite quiet? Is that what it is? Well, maybe I can bump myself up a little bit. Let's have a look. Microphone, let's bump that up to, say, there. Hopefully that's a little bit better. Now, this comes to us from David, and David does send his apologies if there are any errors that creep through because this pack hasn't been proofed. It literally got finished about an hour ago, but it has got a sort of a housey theme about it. Is that better? Excellent. Right, we'll leave it. We'll leave the volume there. It's got a slightly housey theme about it, so house warming game, which is a nice special thing to do for the first one in the new house. So, David has written this, and we're very grateful to him, but he sends his apologies if anything creeps through because it hasn't had a second pair of eyes. I've only just exported it and checked that all the questions have compiled correctly, and it does look like they are. So, without any further ado, we will get on with game number 1, courtesy of David J. Bodycombe, and our first game in the new house. New prison, who dis? Welcome to the Escape Artist, WPLE. An escape house arrest, yes indeed. WPLE, if you want to play, remember this game is done in space. I feel like the Escape Artist was perhaps the last game we played as well. Hopper joining and then leaving us. Hopefully. There he is. Maybe we wanted a different podium. 37 players in so far. 38, 39. Wow. One more and we go to the wide view. Let's start with the bonus. And there we go. Theory of game. Welcome to the game. Welcome to the stream. And Riff Zeph as well. Welcome to you. Lovely to have you here. We're getting trapped in Ben's new basement. Voice level up. Still. More voice or less the Escape Artist? I suppose is the question. Totally inaudible. Less game, right. I really need to get a piece of hardware. Oh yeah, that's way loud. Try that at 40 rather than 100. Voice up, PC audio down. Hopefully that balances a little bit better now. Do report back to me. If we need a bit more volume, then I can always do a little bit more volume still. Much better, excellent. Yeah, I need to get an audio mixer desk thing. Rip frames. Oh yeah, there are some frame drops there, aren't there? What's that all about? Is that because I'm focused on the game? Hopefully they'll come back if I... Yeah, blow up my motherboard again. It normally does that when I'm focused on the game. It still doesn't like it. Unity does Unity things. I'm still using the same graphics card as before, which is the 980 Ti, which was a good card when it came out, but it is now 5 or 6 years old. Yeah, we're still using voice meter Silent Marine. There might be a way to not have to use voice meter, but yeah, when I focus on the build itself, the frames drop because Unity does Unity things. Yeah, you know, it's just one of those. I thought it might improve a little bit with the new hardware, but alas, not just Unity things. Yeah, it's just Unity things. Anyway, we'll give it another minute or so, and then we'll lock it up, and we will play David's housewarming party. It might be because I'm using screen capture rather than window capture. That is also a thing, Topper One Gaming, but I can't use screen capture because I'm using it in engine, so to speak, which means sometimes it captures the game window, sometimes it captures the inspector window, which obviously we don't want. That is obviously the best way to do it, would be to do a window capture rather than a screen capture, because screen capture is significantly less efficient. But as of right now, I've not figured out a way to do that, and I've mentioned it to Ash a couple of times as well, and Ash doesn't have a bulletproof solution either. Oh, you were happy in the basement there? Well, if someone else joins, then you still won't be in the basement. They'll be in the basement now, but yeah, that's just one of those things. Welcome, please leave everything. Right, we'll give it one more pan, and then we will get this game underway. Well, I just don't focus on Unity. It tends to be fine as long as I don't focus on the game engine, but of course, if I'm not focused on the game engine, pressing my hotkeys doesn't work, so I sort of have to click on and off, which is why actually this big klaxon app down here takes up the whole bottom third of my right-hand monitor. Is very, very easy to click. The move has been stressful, Jers, I'm not going to lie. It has been quite a stressful experience. Fortunately, Megs has had the week off work, which has allowed us to settle in a bit, but we got the puppy on Monday, and that has taken pretty much one of us to be on full-time guard on that. It's getting a little easier now, and I haven't really touched the computer until today, other than setting it up. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting back into work stuff next week, but it'll be interesting to see if I can manage that with a not quite house-trained puppy, but it'll all be an adventure, I am sure. Right, I was going to give it one more pound, I've given it a couple more pounds, so frame drop for a minute, and let's lock you in as we play David's Escape Artist. Now, I find myself in the unusual position whereby I haven't even read through these questions. I very quickly scanned to make sure it did parse correctly, and it looked like it did, and we apologise in advance if there are any things that creep through the gaps. Round 1 is called Initiate. In this round, you have to answer 5 questions correctly to escape through to the next round. Once you have answered 5 questions, you cannot answer any more. If you get a question wrong, you lose a life. You may abstain from the question with no penalty. However, if there aren't enough questions left for you to get 5, then, you will be eliminated from the game. Question values are up there in the top left-hand corner. The question value is roughly indicative of the question difficulty. So the 1-pointer is the easiest, the 10-pointer is the hardest. Notable that both of those are in the second half of the pack. So, you need to make some strategic decisions as to which 5 you're going to answer. You're going to answer the first 5 that you know the answers to and play it safe and hope for the best. Are you going to start taking some guesses and all the rest of it? Those are the decisions you have to make. For every life that you have left at the end of the round, I will give you 1 bonus point. Very best of luck to you all as we play the Escape Artist. Question number 1 is worth 6 points. Take a look at this. Which Big Bang Theory actor played O, a fugitive from the Boov alien race in the 2015 DreamWorks film Home? And I've just realised I've not turned the camera on yet. There we go. Which Big Bang Theory actor played O, a fugitive from the Boov alien race in the 2015 DreamWorks film Home? For 6 points. 11 players attempting this one. Correct answer was Jim Parsons. Parsons is a condonable answer. That's as correct through, so let me condone Proogs and Holger Matt and Lucario. Johnny Galecki, Derek Agnew is not the right answer, I'm afraid. But Proogs, Parsons is acceptable, let's condone that. And Holger Matt and Lucar as well. Holger Matt is there, and condone, and Lucar is there, and condone. That's the sort of thing that would have been caught on a proof in there. So there might be a couple of those cropping up from time to time. No drama for the majority. Let's light you back up. Derek, the first player to lose a life. A few players here on 6 points. Let's go on to question number 2. It's worth 9 points. What small objects used in energy-efficient homes have a so-called temperature range of 2700 to 5000 degrees Kelvin? Worth 9 points. Nine players attempting this one. Tricky question. The correct answer was light bulbs, or some variation thereon. Wrong answers: heater, radiators, and hair straighteners, in my experience. Not the right answer. Light bulbs, LEDs, some variation on that there. Cetra, G. Eisens, and Clive, you're going to lose a life. Everyone else who got that one right, very well done. 9 points. Let's light you back up. Yes, temperature question. Question number 3 then is worth 4 points. Have a look at this. And if you want to play, whisper it to the bot. In 2012, which international entertainment company acquired Lucasfilm, home to the Star Wars and Indiana Jones franchises? Just 3 players sitting this one out, 36 out of 39 attempting this 4-pointer here. Correct answer is it's the Walt Disney Company, or Disney, or some variation thereon. Just Shapes, going for DreamWorks there, the wrong answer. Oh, Poop, read the question, James. Indeed so. DreamWorks is not the right answer, but everyone else giving me Disney or some variation thereon will get 4 points. Very well played. Looks like you're back up. So, 3 easy questions now. 2-pointer, 3-pointer, then a 1-pointer. And then it's going to be a bit of a challenging end. If you're not out by the end of question 6, you are going to have to face some trickier questions. So, much to play for. Let's go on. Question number 4. It's worth 2 points. The homepage of which popular website features a button labelled I'm feeling lucky? Out of 39 attempting this. I hope to God it's not Match.com or anything like that. Correct answer is Google. Google was the right answer. Just Cetra giving a wrong answer there, going for Wikipedia. Yeah, let me just Google that. Used it once in my life. Yes. I don't know that anybody uses it anymore. I'm feeling lucky. It was from a different time in the internet's history, but Wikipedia is the wrong answer, etc. You're going to lose a life. Everybody else well played. 2 points. Let's light you back up. As we go on to question number 5, have we got any interesting information? No one won away. No one yet requiring all of them. However, Cetra, you are down to your last life. One more wrong answer and you will be eliminated from the game. Fingers on buzzers, everybody. Question number 5. It's a 3-pointer. Have a look at this. First mentioned in Action Comics issue number 1, which planet is home to Superman and Supergirl? Attempting this one, just 10 people sitting it out. Correct answer was Krypton. Everyone who attempted that giving the right answer. Very well played. All green on the screen, which is what we like to see. Let's start it back up. For 3 points, we've got some different colours going on. If you're one away, you're blue. Bigman Aaron, AJ, Joe, Melodnik, Holgamat. Any of the next 5 questions will see you good to escaping. It's Sotley. You are the first player to go orange. You've got to give me all 5 of the remaining correct answers if you want to escape. Any more abstentions will see you eliminated. And if you're on your last life, just Cetra again at this point. One more wrong answer, you will be eliminated from the game. This is the easiest one of the lot. In theory, question 6 is worth a single point. Have a look at this. The pitcher's mound, the home plate, and the first base are features of the pitch in which bat and ball sport. 25 out of 39 attempting this one, and the correct answer was baseball. Again, greens and blues there, only right answers being received. And we've got our first escapees. Joe and Melodnik, very well played. You have escaped through to round number 2. Is anyone saying basketball? No, basketball is not the right answer. Escape through to round 2. You cannot answer any more questions in this round, but you are safely through to round 2. Very well played. Let's light you back up. Blazeball. Blazeball. If you want away, you're light blue. Quite a few of you now. Any of the next 4, though they are on the trickier side, 7, 10, 5 and 8 points respectively. If you require all of them, it's Sotley. You've got to give me all 4 correct answers in order to progress to the next round. And if you're on your last life, again, just Cetra at this point, then no more wrong answers or you'll be out. Question number 7 is worth 7 points. Have a look at this. Wallabass. The architect Oscar Niemeyer is famous for designing which city in the 1950s, the new capital of his home country? (21 out of 37 attempting this question. The correct answer was Brasilia. Brasilia. Yes, the new capital of Brazil. Brasilia. Berlin. Rio de Janeiro, right country, wrong city, Dogfish, and Mexico City, all incorrect answers, I am afraid. All wrong answers there. No one due for elimination, though, at this point. A few more players have escaped. Holgamat, Joe, Reese Wynn, Melodnik, Topper, Jers, Cola, and Bigman Aaron have all now escaped. Very well played. Let's light you back up. On we go. Question number 8. This is the hard one. 10 points for this if you give me the correct answer. If you want away, give me a right answer to this or any of the next 2 questions. We'll see you good to escaping. If you need them all, still just it's Sotley, then you've got to get all 3 of them. The personal challenge for it, Sotley, maybe. And again, just Cetra on his last life at the moment. You only need 2 out of 3 questions here, Cetra. It is still doable. 3 questions to go. Here is question number 8. It's worth 10 points. Once home to the Temple of Artemis, the ruined city of Ephesus is in which modern-day country? Out of 31 attempting this one. Tricky question, as it should be for 10 points. Correct answer is Turkey. Turkey is what we're after there. Lots of 10 points going out there. Greece, Italy, Libya, North Macedonia, Greece, Jordan, and Ethiopia are all wrong answers, I am afraid. Let's have a look and see if we've got anyone due for elimination. We have. Unfortunately, it's Sotley. It is now impossible for you to escape. There are not enough questions left for you to give to escape at this point. Get the bin fire going and start it with my laptop. Bad luck, it's Sotley. Unfortunately, at this stage of the game, it is the end of the road, and it's lights out. Oh, smorgasbord of colours going on here. Lots of dark blues, which means you've already escaped. 19, in fact. Joe, Zeus, Car, AJ, Shapes, Innes, Bigman Aaron, 2, Natter, Derek, Jers, Colo, Quizface, Olmatt, Reeswin, Melodnik, Lucar, Topper, and Theory have already escaped this round. Very well played to you. If you're one away, you're light blue. And flashing now, any of the next 2 questions will see you good. A 5-pointer or an 8-pointer available if you require all of them. A few more of you now. Cetra, J White, Pokernuts, Oni, Calibrated Vision, and Samson. You've got to give both answers correctly in order to escape. And if you're on your last life, a couple of you, Clive, Cetra, Dogfish, tread carefully. One more wrong answer, and it is lights out for you as well. Question number 9 is worth 5 points. Best of luck. Here it is. What is the usual 6-letter term for a network of interconnecting burrows that provide homes for rabbits? "14 out of 19 players attempting this one." I thought it was Warren, but isn't that like a hutch that you keep one in? Is it Warren? Was my hunch correct? I haven't actually looked at the answer. The correct answer is... it is Warren. If you went for Warren, very well played. And it's all greens and blues up there, which means nobody gave me a wrong answer at least. And we have now got 28 players who have escaped. That's a fine number. 28 out of 39 who started have now escaped. At this point, though, due for elimination, yes, unfortunately, Cetra, you did not offer an answer to that question, and you did need 2 more. There's only 1 left. Unfortunately, that does mean it is the end of the road, and it's lights out. Cetra leaving the game. So at this point, you've either escaped and can't answer, or you've got to get the last question, the 8-pointer, correct. If you require all of them, you are orange and flashing now. Limited warranty. Very nice. If you're on your last life as well, no players on their last life, so everyone's going to get, if you escape, at least 2 bonus points here. At least 1 bonus. 2 bonus points. Let's see what you make of question number 10. It's worth 8 points. Best of luck to you. Here it is. The silvery white element lutetium is named after which European capital city, home of its co-discoverer Georges Urbain? 6 out of 9, which means the 3 who didn't answer are going to be eliminated. Oni, Dev, and J White, possibly the 3 who didn't answer. I'm getting answers in late. A Ljubljana, a J, and a Luxembourg, albeit out of time. The correct answer was Paris. It is named after Paris. Jack and AB Me going for Lisbon. Gizen's back to the Cell Warden. And Pokenut's going for Berlin. Second time Berlin has come up as a wrong answer tonight. If you gave me a right answer, very well done. You have escaped to the next round. But unfortunately, 7 people due for elimination. AB Me, Jack, Gizens, and Pokenuts, along with J White, Dev, and Oni, who did not offer an answer. So J White, Dev, Oni, AB Me, Jack, Wilfred, Gizens, and Pokenuts. I'm afraid it is the end of the road. And it's lights out. 39 players started, 30 now remain, 9 have been eliminated, and our 30 valiant contestants progress through to round number 2. For everyone you've got left. Hello, very good evening to Dante, a message from our sponsor.
Good evening, lovely people.
And good evening to you as well, Dante. Thank you very much for the 7-month subscription right there. Very grateful to you for your support. So 30 players go on to round 2. For every life you've got left, I'll give you an extra point. That's the end of round 1. Round 2 is sustain. In this round, you must hit a target of points. You've got a number of points and they carry over to this round. The target in this round has been set at 54. That is the sum of the highest scoring player plus 15. In this case, that is Zeusless on 39. Checking if anyone else is on 39. No, just Zeus with the lead on 39, which means even the highest scoring player needs to get at least 3 correct answers in order to progress. Because every question is now worth 5 points. Once you have hit that target of 54 or exceeded it, you are safely through to round number 3. However, in this round, you can continue answering questions after you have escaped. But be warned, if you run out of lives, you are eliminated from the game, even if you have already escaped. At the end of the round, for every life you've got left, I will give you a bonus 2 points. So it might be worth having a little go on one towards the end. If you've got plenty of lives left and you've got a bit of a hunch, then you might want to have an attempt at it. But 2 points for every life intact at the end, 5 points for every correct answer. But you can still knock yourself out after you've escaped. If at any point it becomes impossible for you to escape, if there aren't enough questions, because of course there's 50 points available in this round, if it becomes impossible for you to escape, you will also be eliminated from the game. Those are the rules. Whispering to the bot as before. Round 2 is sustained. Best of luck to you all. Here's question number 1. A word for a formal meeting is used for the US House of Representatives and the Senate collectively. Out of 30 attempting this one. I know it, and I just can't put my finger on the word. I'm going to kick myself as soon as I see it. The answer is, of course it is, it's Congress. Caucus, committee, quorum, Senate W, caucus, joint session, and session all incorrect. It is Congress is the name given to the US House of Representatives and the Senate collectively. Had legislature and erased it. Nah, not the right answer, I'm afraid. So, AJ proves... the smoke is really hanging around, is it really? Nice. AJ, Prudes, Connor, Dogfish, Natter, Jers, Calibrated Vision, and Holgamat, you're going to lose a life. Everyone else who attempted and got it right, 5 points to you. Let's light you back up. On we go. Question number 2. Another 5 points available for this. Take a look. In House, Hugh Laurie's character lives at which apartment number? A reference to the Sherlock Holmes stories. ...24 out of 30 attempting this one. The correct answer is 221B. 221 has snuck through. I'm not sure if that should have done or not, but it's one of those things on the spell checker. It's being a little lenient. Or either that or 221 is correct, but 221B or 221, both correct answers. 21, unfortunately, not right. 22A, 16, and 22 all incorrect. You did allow it as an extra. Thank you very much, David, for clarifying. Well done, 5 points if you gave me a correct answer to that. If not, you're going to lose a life. That's applying to Apodo, Jers, Brand New Halo, and Clive. You're going to lose a life. Everyone else, 5 points. Let's light you back up. So, hello, darling. Has he gone to bed?
Yeah, we have a curfew. Puppies.
So, Melodnik, I am going to refund your points there. Oh, they can't hear you. Microphone is here. You don't have to whisper. But Melodnik says Megs. Yeah, Mike is here. Apparently Mike is a bit quiet tonight.
Oh, okay. Sorry, guys. I didn't realise. No, I was just saying, request for Show Me the Pupper. Probably we should have said earlier, they have sort of got a time limit on them because puppies are a bit like babies and you have to make sure they have good, sensible sort of bedtime and get them into a nice kind of, now it's time to go to sleep and everything, which he has picked up and he does sleep through the night, so we're really lucky on that. But we do have to reinforce it, so he has now gone to bed.
Okay.
And he might squeak a little bit, but
he may squeak, but we're
he's
gonna...
knackered. He's had a long old day for a puppy.
He has, yeah. He took him to town for the first time. So, Melodnik, what I'll do, I'm going to refund those points to you. And so, if you want to see him next time you're here, then you can put that request in again. You've got your points back now. Put that request in again, and we'll we'll get them back up next time. The cats may still turn up, AJ, so we'll let you. I'll keep that one pending for now in case they show up. Right, on we go. Question number 3. Nobody in imminent danger. However, Zeus is already 1 away. He's gone 2 for 2 so far. One more question, Zeus, and you are escaped through to round 3, and with a pretty high score as well. Let's go on, see what question number 3 brings for 5 points. Here it is. Which queen was the last British monarch from the House of Stuart? Three out of 30 players attempting this question here. The correct answer is Anne. It was Queen Anne. Mary was queen of a Tudor house. Mary II, Mary, quite contrary. How does your garden grow? Boom. Oh, I'm hilarious. Mary, Elizabeth, Mary II, and Mary, all incorrect. Inventor of the chair. Yes, Anne was the answer we were after there. And what has that done? Oh, Juz! Unfortunately, you have exhausted your lives. You were down to 2, you got that one wrong, and unfortunately it does mean that at this stage of the game, it is the end of the road, and it's lights out. William, Henry, Stephen, Henry, Richard, John. Oi! Yes, a little bit of horrible histories there. Zeus becoming the first player to escape from round 2. Very well done, Zeus. Up to the target of 54, but remember, you can continue to amass points by answering correctly, but of course you can still be eliminated if you run out of lives. No one, I don't think, is now 1 away, but we have got a few who require all 7 remaining questions. It's a bit of a tall order, but not impossible, but you must give me, if you're orange and flashing now, all of the remaining answers correctly. If you're on your last life as well, do tread carefully, because one more incorrect answer will also expel you from the game. A lot of orange at this early stage of round 2. Let's see what question 4 brings. Take a look. This BBC sitcom regularly used the line, "The bouquet residence, the lady of the house speaking." Sheridan! How thoughtful of you to call Mummy. How much does he want? Now, Richard, I really don't think that we can begrudge the boy the odd £50. £50? You missed... by the lovely David. Was it David Renwick who wrote Keeping Up Appearances? I thought it was Harold Snowd. Maybe he was the director. She's not the one with the sword or a room for a pony. Yeah, I loved this show. Still do. And Patricia Snowd was the producer. Okay, yes, David Renwick. I thought he was most famous for Jonathan Creek, which is another one of my favourite shows. I think I like David Renwick. Patricia Routledge, actually, who starred in this. Roy Clark. That was it, Roy Clark. No, Patricia Routledge lives about 5 minutes up the road. She was at my graduation. She's a patron at the Chichester Festival Theatre. And she was just there on my graduation day. All the photos been done. She's just wandering around in a hat. And she's a perfectly lovely lady, actually, Patricia Routledge. And she starred in The Bouquet Woman, The Bucket Woman. And the answer was, of course, Keeping Up Appearances. Fawlty Towers and Allo Allo are wrong answers, I'm afraid. But yes, great show. Moments in it that haven't aged particularly well, it must be said, but it was sort of its time. Let's take a look. Molodnik and Joe, unfortunately there are not enough questions left for you to... Oh, excuse me, sorry, we had dinner just before I came live, so I am getting a little indigestion. I might just slow down the speech a bit. But Molodnik and Joe, unfortunately not enough questions left. At this stage it is the end of the road, and it's lights out. A few more colours on display here now if you're 1 away. Innes, Toot, Lucario. Any of the next 6 questions and you'll escape. If you require all of them and you're still orange, there you are flashing now. You've got to give me all 6 correct. And if you're on your last life, tread carefully, because one more misstep and you're going to be out the game. Ben's going to sing at me. Maybe in a bit. For now, let's go on. Question number 5 for another 5 points. The Argand lamp of 1782 and Fresnel's dioptric lens of 1823 were important safety developments for what kind of house? Now the answer's printed just up there. I genuinely haven't looked at it. I would guess it's greenhouse. 22 out of 27 players attempting it. The correct answer is... it's a lighthouse. I wasn't alone in my thoughts for greenhouse, though, clearly. Shapes, Zeus going for greenhouse. Tapstock going for playhouse. Reese going for green. Connor, bungalow. Clive also going for green. Theory of Game going for bide. And opponent Nuevo out of the game. Gag answer goes here. Yes, a lighthouse. The oil-burning argand lamp produced a brighter light. The Fresnel lens allowed the light to be concentrated into a narrower beam. Thank you very much, David, for that factoid right there. Lighthouse was the answer we were after. We've got 5 players due for elimination, either because you've exhausted your lives or it's impossible for you to escape. But for Dogfish, Calibrated Vision, Opponent Nuevo, Connor, and Theory of Gain, either way, it is the end of the road, and it's lights out. And we're down to 22 players. 3 have now escaped. Zeus, Innis, and Toot have all burst through that barrier of 54. If you want to weigh Aaron, Derek, and Lucario, any of the next 5 at this halfway stage of the round, will see you good to the next round. If you require all of them, Natter, Brand New Halo, Clive, Holgamat, you've got to give me all 5 correct if you want to escape. And if you're on your last life, tread carefully. Almost a perfect pyramid there of players on their last life. Do be careful. Question number 6, it's another 5 points. Have a look at this. Which Swiss-French architect said that a house is a machine for living in? That's a lovely quotation right there. Half the pack, 11 out of 22 attempting this one. The correct answer was Le Corbusier. Le Corbusier. Forget that, take me to jail, says Natter. Farewell, everyone from Brand New Halo. Living room, living room, living room, living room, living room, living room. Breaking the text message from Clive. And Delacroix from Hogmat. All incorrect answers, I'm afraid. Le Corbusier, or Le Corbusier, I think it's probably the pronunciation, is the correct answer. Very well done if you got that. Another 5 points to you. But unfortunately for Natter, Brand New Halo, Hogmat, and Clive of Legend, it is the end of the road. And it's lights out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players have now escaped. Zeus, Innis, Toot, Derek, and Lucario progressing through to the next round. Very well played. If you want to wait, just Big Man Aaron at this point with 4 questions left. Big Man Aaron on 53, 1 point, but you must get to that 54 target before your bonuses are applied. Remember, 2 points for every life that you've got left. If you require all of them, David, Colo, Reese, Quizface, you've got to get 4 in a row if you want to get into the next round. And if you're on your last life, Prugs and Tabstop, do tread carefully, because of one more misstep and it's out of the game for you. On we go. Question number 7, another 5 points. Have a look at this. Which daughter of a former Blue Peter presenter had hit singles in 2001 called Take Me Home and Murder on the Dance Floor? (13 out of 18 having a go at this one. When I was setting it out, correct answer was Sophie Ellis-Bextor. Everyone who attempted that question did give me a right answer, which is lovely to see. No one going to be eliminated this round. Oh no, and I'm wrong. Quizface and Reese win. You needed to give an answer, but you didn't. And unfortunately, it means there are not enough points left for you to escape. Sophie Ellis-Bextor was the answer we needed, but unfortunately, Quizface and Reese win. Not enough points. Too slow. Yes, Ellis-Bextor and Sophie Ellis-Bextor both coming in, but just after the fact. Reese managed to go for Sophie Ellis-Bextor's mum. Which, yes, I probably would have condoned that. But unfortunately, it was just out of time. So unfortunately, for you two, it is the end of the road. And it's lights out. Zeus, Innis, Aaron, Toot, Derek, and Lucario have now escaped through to round 3. If you're one away... Oh, hello, Dylan. Oh, packages are here. You want to say hello to everyone, Dylan? Jeez, Mary Joseph, that's heavy. Dylan's here. Come up to the office. The packages that have just arrived. That is, that can go back downstairs actually, because that's new espresso cups. That is the stand for my. I'm assuming that's the way around it's gone. Yes. Was there anything else? Oh, while you're at it, mate, do you want to grab me another glass of prosecco?
Yeah.
Top man. Yes, the kitchen is now a flight of stairs, a corridor, and then another corridor away, so to save down the server a little bit. So that is a new stand for this monitor, which means that will actually be uniform and across the screen. So we'll that's a tomorrow job, I think. I do kind of need an upstairs mini fridge. That's not a bad idea, actually. Brand New Halo might look into that. David and Colo, at this point, you require all 3 questions. AJ and Shapes and Samster. Any of the next 3 will see you good. And if you're on your last life, Proves and Tabstop still, do tread carefully. You've not gone orange yet, but you can't afford any more wrong answers. So on we go. Question number 8 for another 5 points. Have a look at this. What distressing word goes before house for a Bernard Shaw play and before rich in a Clint Eastwood film? Tentative answers here. Bit of slow answering. 9 out of 16 attempting, including a few people who have already escaped. The correct answer is heartbreak. Heartbreak is the answer we're after. Hacksaw, hacksaw, broken heart, hacksaw, mayday, hacksaw, and cold. All incorrect answers. Heartbreak is what we were after. It does mean that we've got 3 players, Digital David, Tabstop, and Colo. Either you've exhausted your lives, or it's impossible for you to escape, or possibly even both. You are a top man. Thank you very much. On my chest of drawers next door should be my bottle of vape sauce liquid. Could you bring that through for me, please? This is great. Like having a live-in butler. Shine his shoes. I'm going to swap him for the wine glass. Is it there? Should be red and green. Oh, this might not be working out. Just needs a belter in. Ah, well then, can I swap for that? You got to go help your mum with the washing up?
Yeah.
Good. Well done. Thank you. Goodbye. I'll fill that up in a minute. Now, where were we? Yeah, while you're at it. Hashtag while you're at it. You rang it. David, Tabstop and Colo, unfortunately, it is not possible for you to escape bathroom eatery crowding. And unfortunately for you 3, it is the end of the road and it's lights out. Oh, that's a lot of points going into the void there. And we're up to question number 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just 6 players still escaping, but we've got a number who are 1 away. AJ, Shapes, Mark, and Samster. 1 more correct answer. We'll see you good. There are only 2 left. If you require both of them, Car, Prugs, and Topper. You've got to give me both correct answers. And we've still got a message from our sponsor, Effrontery.
10 shocked face.
10 shocked face. 10 months indeed. Thank you very much for 10 months of support there, Effrontery. Lovely to have you with us. I hope you're having a good time. Lord Ben, yes, I like Lord Ben. To be fair, when I was teaching, they used to call me Lord Lathbury as a gag because apparently I'm quite posh. If you're on your last life, Prugs and now Topper as well on your last life here, so do tread carefully. And another message from our sponsor, Theory of Game.
11.
11? Thank you very much for the 11 months of support there, Theory of Game. Oh yes, Dylan made a boat today. Camera's over there now, so if you want to go show that off. So then of Twitch on Prosecco. Tell the boys and girls a bit about it. Microphone's over here. But
this battleship is called SMS Koenig, and it is the World War
going to flip over to
German battleship.
Okay, put it up to the camera and we'll see it. So, not quite that close to the camera because we can't see all of it now. If you look at the screen over here, it's the monitor there. So he built that in like a day or an evening and a morning, and he's taken very good care of it actually. I don't mind him showing off his stuff at the moment because he's brought me Prosecco. So everyone's saying very nice boat. Oh, nice, very nice, Dylan. Oh, the light's gone off on the camera now, which is nice. Yeah, all good praise for you. Well done, well done. Thank you for sharing that with us.
Alvina saying.
And with thy spirit. Right, on we go. Question number 9. 6 players escaping. I'm losing track. Yes, I've already done that. We've got 4 who are 1 away and 3 who need both. Question number 9 for 5 points. Let's go back to my escape artist profile. Here it is. Which area of London connects Virginia Woolf, John Maynard Keynes, E.M. Forster, and the UK publisher of Harry Potter? Oh, sorry. Sorry, I forgot the screen there. My bad. Hopefully it came up in the chat and you were able to read that. Sorry about that. That's what happens when I change the screen. Yeah, and forget. Let's go back there, turn that camera off because OCD. Escape artist and camera should be on there. No, because I need to go back to game with cam. Escape artist. There we go. Sorry about that. Yeah, which area of London connects Virginia Woolf, John Maynard Keynes, Ian Forster, and the UK publisher of Harry Potter? I know the UK publisher of Harry Potter is Bloomsbury. Is that the correct answer? Let's have a look. 8 players attempted it. Bloomsbury is the right answer. Tower Hamlets is not the right answer from Car right there. But everyone else who attempted it did give me the right answer, but unfortunately proves Topper and Car. It is impossible for you to escape, all 3 of you, and it does mean at this stage of the game it is the end of the road, and it's lights out. So, 9 of you have escaped. We started at 39, we dropped to 30, we're down to 9 or possibly 10. All eyes on AJ, 1 point short of that target of 54 set by Zeus there. And with 2 lives left intact, they're a bit academic at this stage, because if you don't give me a right answer to this, AJ, you will be out of the game. But 2 points for every life you've got left. The very best of luck. Here is question number 10. Which 6-letter place of entertainment has a name derived from the Italian for a small house or social club? They're nice, aren't they? And AJ not getting an answer, which means he will be eliminated. Our new espresso cups have arrived. They're quite nice, sort of black and gold, so they go with the machine. They're really nice, aren't they? I think they're quite a bit bigger than the other one.
Yes, I think basically.
I think that's a double. We'll have to test it in the morning, which means we only need to turn the machine once and let it fill up. Augers. Do you not like them?
No, I do. I'm just shocked by them now.
Yeah, they're running.
They do look a bit like I was thinking that. They do
Slightly
look a bit
nipple-like.
Sorry, I won't do that on stream.
That's fun. Okay, AJ not answering. A few of our escape players did have a go. The correct answer was casino. Oh, Samson going for cinema. Worth a go, I suppose, at that point. Not the right answer. It does mean, though, that AJ has not attempted that question when he needed to give a right answer. And it does mean, my friend, it is the end of the road. Espresso nipples. And it's lights out. Oh, bye-bye points. So many points. Espresso nipples. That's a good game. Good time. Shame we're not playing Buzz Off tonight, I have to say. So we started at 39, we dropped to 30, and now just 9 players remain to go into the Escape Artist final. Zeus, Shapes, Innis, Aaron, Toot, Derek, Samster, Mark, and Lucario. Some titans of the game here, it must be said. Toot with a small lead, 79, Innis in second on 78. Despite setting the target, Zeus on 64, one of the lower ranked players. The only other player in the 70s here is Derek on 73. That is the end of round 2. Let's go to the final round. And AJ, even though you're out the game, I can cash in your Show Me the Kitty. Here is Aussie Push. You smell, Aussie. You smell very funny. Oh, hello, boy. Is that Aussie who smells like that?
Oh yeah, that's Aussie who smells like that.
Have you weed on yourself, Cat? Have you done it? He's a squirmy squirm. He is a squirmy. So do you want to pick him up and put him on the camera up there?
No, because he's trying to bite me.
Oh, okay. Is that enough, AJ? Is that good enough for you?
It smells like B.O.
It's not entirely impossible that might be me. It is 1 billion degrees in here. There we go. There's Show Me the Kitty for you there, AJ. Let's mark that as done. Hi, Kitty. I'll bring him back later on for a more prolonged cameo if needs be. So, 9 players go on to round 3, which is survive. In this round, your points that you have amassed become countdown points. Toot with the lead now, 85, Innis 84. Fan might be a bad idea, or some sort of air conditioning unit. It's going to be, oh god, the summer's going to be hot. We'll find out about that in due course, I'm sure. First player to get the correct answer starts a clock on everybody else, and your points start counted down at the rate shown up in the top left-hand corner, 1 point per second and a half, up to a maximum of 10. If you fail to answer a question, you lose the maximum of 10 points. If nobody answers the question within 15 seconds, you all lose the maximum of 10. And that drain rate will increase over the course of the round. If you get a question wrong, the bot will ping you back straight away. In this round, your green lights are not lives, and as David is saying, remember there's a home theme. The green lights are not lives, they are what we call refires, which means you may reattempt the question up to 3 times. First time is always free, so you might as well have a guess every time, because there's no penalty for your first guess, so you may as well have a go. But thereafter, every subsequent attempt will cost you a refire. If you run out of refires, you're not out of the game, but from that point on, only your first answer will be accepted. If your points hit 0, you are out of the game. If you can survive to be the last player, you will be the escape artist. If at the end of question 10 we have got more than one player remaining, then the player with the highest score will be crowned the escape artist. Those are the rules for round 3. Survive. 1 point per second and a half is the drain rate. Have a look at question number 1. The 1970 documentary feature film Guinea Shelter follows the final stage of which British rock group's 1969 American tour. Derek Hagney starting the clock, Toot right on his heels there, as is Shapes and Lucario. Big Mary has given a wrong answer. You can refire. Innes hasn't answered yet. Worth a guess, maybe, Innes? Oh no, you did have a guess, but you didn't want to refire. That's fair enough. You must have guessed, and then it went orange for... Maybe you guessed before. I think you must have guessed before the clock had started. I think that's why you're orange. The Rolling Stones was the answer. The Rolling Stones, as Marcus say there. That's a lovely typo right there. The Who and the Homeboys were the wrong answers, I'm afraid. Let me have a look at my list. There it is. The Who and Homeboys. Yes, both incorrect answers. Well done to Derek, who started the clock, but Toot, who was in so fast afterwards, he has maintained a score of 85. Let's let you back up. On we go, question number 2. All 3 refires still intact for all players. Here's question 2. In the original Cluedo, or Clue board, which is the only one of the rooms to have a 5-letter name, Zeus starts the clock. Other players very, very hot on their tails. Just waiting for Big Man Aaron, Luca and Samson now. Samson's in. Aaron and Luca, can you have a guess? Have you had a guess? It's the study. The study. Derek going for Stuffy and then using a refire to get to study. Didn't get through the spell check. It has only cost you 1 point, Derek Agony. So I'm not going to go and condone that at this stage because it's a short answer, so I think it's fair that you get punished for... it's one of those games where speed is of the essence, so I think it's, you know, it's kind of fair cop if you've been penalised on a spelling there. But only costing you 1 point and 1 refire. No answers off from Lucario and Big Man Aaron, but study was the right answer. Let's light you back up. Toot still with the lead on 84. Derek in second on 75. Innes third on 74. Let's go on to question number 3. In music, what term is given to the individual sharps and flats that were not part of the original signature? Innes starting the clock here. Big Man Aaron very quick after, followed by Derek. Zeus has got in. Samson's in and wrong refires available. There's a right answer. Any answer from Shape? Or Toot here. Shape having to go and wrong. Toot not offering an answer. It's accidentals. Samson's first answer was incidental, which wasn't right. No, accidentals. We call them accidentals. If it's not in the given key signature, there'll be accidentals. Home keys, not the right answer, and no answer offered from Toot right there. Who's got the lead now? It's a bit of a change. Let's let you back up first and have a look. I think it's a tie. Innes, Derek and Toot all on 74. 3-way tie, 74 points each. Lucario just behind on 63. Zeus now in third on 60. Drain rate has increased. Most accidents occur near home, possibly. That might be the reference there. Drain rates increases now 1 point per second, so every second after you someone has answered correctly is going to cost you a little bit more points, up to a maximum of 15. Most players with all refires, Derek and Samson just with the 2. Let's go on to question number 4. Which main animal character, along with his residents, forms the title of the stage adaptation of A.A. Milne's The Wind in the Willows? Toot was in and wrong, so Mark started the clock there. Which main animal character, along with his residents, forms the title of the stage adaptation of A.A. Milne's The Wind in the Willows? Toad was the answer. Toad of Toad Hall, also acceptable. Wrong answer. Toot going for Toad Hall. Toad of Toad Hall would have been fine, but Toad Hall on its own is not. Rat was not right answer. Mr. Toad. I could see an argument for Mr. Toad there, Lucario, actually. I'm not going to lie. And Samson going for Toad Hall again, same rationale there. Accept Mr. Toad. I thought so as well, David. So, Lucario, I'm going to put that back to where you were, which was 59 points and 3 lives. Points to restore to 59. Lives to restore to 3. And let's select Lucario. Because 59 was when you buzzed. Let's condone that and see what happens. There we go. Shot you back up to 59. And you've still got all 3 refires there, because obviously you didn't use a refire. We accept Toad. Yes, absolutely. Not the crux of the question. Not maybe you thought Winnie the Pooh. Yeah, me too. That's my association with AA Milne as well. Has to be said. Let's light you back up. Innis now with the lead. A small lead of 73. Toots in second with 71, but down to 2 refires. And then I think it's Derek on 63. Luca and Mark a little behind that with 59 and 58 respectively. Samson down to a single refire. Let's go on to question number 5. Have a look at this. Demonstrating its highly viscous property, which black waterproofing substance in its tin is used in the world's oldest science experiment. Any more refines available? It's pitch. Wrong answer there. Bitumen, oil, and bitumen. I don't know if bitumen is an acceptable answer, David. Maybe you could give a ruling on that. 8th or 9th drop. It's great for David to say this, because I don't actually know this, and like I said, this hasn't been proved. Can't imagine why it would be, but David would certainly know more about this than I would. So just going to wait for a ruling here from David to see if bitumen is something very different. Oh, you're just thinking of the oil drop experiment. Aha. Bitumen is different. That's good enough for me. So only pitch is going to be accepted there, and very well done if you got the right answer. Let's light you back up. Fortunate QI's Twitter feed mentioned this the other day. Nice. So Innis has the lead with 73. I think Innis got his first gold medal in this game last time we played, actually. Is he going to make it 2 for 2? He's in a good position to do it right now. 2 is in second, but is down to a single refire. Derek on 58, Lucario and Mark both on 57. Still much to play for. Nobody in that dangerous territory is dropping out the game as we go into question number 6. 1 point per second up to a maximum of 15. To stay in the game. Here it is. Digs, pancakes and spikes are actions in which ball sport? And that's all players. Zeus starting the clock and everyone's locked in. Volleyball is the right answer. No drama there. Zeus starting the clock, maintaining those 30 points right there. Innis still with the lead on 72. Let's light you back up. Drain rate has now dropped to 1 point per 3/4 of a second, up to a maximum of 20. Lost a second on a typo there, but off in the way, Shapes. Don't worry too much about it. We've got 47 points. Maximum of 20. Samster is now into the danger territory. If Samster does not give a right answer, then he will be eliminated from the game. Big Marin is dallying with it on 22. Up at the other end, Innis still with the lead on 72. And we've got Derek Toot second on 58. Derek 57, Mark 56, Luca 55. All very close at the top. Bit of a lead from Innis, and then the next players are all very, very close indeed. Best of luck. Here's question number 7. The author of 5/4 of the Orange also wrote which other foodie book later turned into a Juliette Binoche film. Derek has started the clock. Other answers coming in. Just waiting. Big Man Aaron and Zeus at this point. Samson getting it after a refire. Big Man Aaron survives with 2 points. Samster is down to 14. Did take a refire. Eat, Pray, Love was not the right answer. Chocolat was the answer. Chocolat, which is French for chocolate, I believe. Innis still with the lead, 68. Slightly diminished lead at this point. Toot and Derek tied in second with 57. Mark 54, Lucario 52. On we go. Let's light you back up. Big Man Aaron, if you don't start the clock, you've got a second and a half to find the right answer after somebody else does, or you will be eliminated and out of points. Samster, likewise, you're in the danger drop zone with 14, and now Zeustless as well with 17. Incorrect answers from any of you three, and you'll be eliminated on this question. Question number 8, best of luck, here it is. Sandicombe Lodge in Twickenham, London was designed by which landscape painter who used it as a country retreat until 1826? Derek was the first in and wrong, but Big Man Aaron has started the clock. Ensuring at least one more question. Innis losing a bit of an advantage there. Mark still draining. JMW Turner. Constable, Gainsborough, and Constable, all incorrect answers. Oh, indeed, Mark. Yes, JMW Turner, from where we get the prize from, probably. Big Man Aaron buying himself another question, starting the clock with 2 points left. A fluke and a half, very much so. Well, it might not been, you may have known it, but there we are. All players still in the game at this point. Let's light you back up. See what's going on. Innes has got the lead, but it has really come down. 58. Derek now in second with 52. 2 in third with 48. But Derek and 2 only with a single refire. Innes with 2. Lucario 43, 2 refires. Mark 34, 3 refires. Shapes, beg your pardon, 41, 3 refires. Zeus, Samster, Big Naro is still in that dangerous drop zone, and Samster with no refires, so only the first answer will be accepted. Question number 9, best of luck. It's rare to have all players who started the round still in at this stage, but here we go. Question number 9. Here it is. Now a byword for a public address system. What company was founded as a Tollsmere manufacturing company in 1926? Shakes on the clock. Big Man Aaron getting the answer in with just 1 point left. Samsa also stopping the clock. Zeus becomes the first player to be eliminated in this round as he runs out of points. Mark using a refire is Tannoy. Tannoy was the correct answer. Oh, Mark, that typo. Tananoy. And then changing your mind and going for intercom. It was a penalisation on a typo there, rather than the incorrect answer. Tananoy. Do I condone that? Do I condone that? Tannoy. Very good. I'm tempted to give you 10 pennies for that pun right there, Mark. On the grounds that I didn't condone an answer from Derek earlier on that was for a similar type or of similar length, I'm not going to accept it. And the fact you changed your mind afterwards as well doesn't help the case. So I am unfortunately not going to condone that, Mark, just because that is the metric that has been set in this game. But you have still got 14 points and 2 refires as we go to the final question. Same, unfortunately, cannot be said for Zeus, who has run out of points. Despite setting the target going into round number 2, Zeus, just before the final question, your luck has run out. It is the end of the road, and it's lights out. So, as we go to question 10, this is the point where it gets a little bit scary. Innes with the firm advantage on 52, but 2 just 5 points behind on 47. Shapes just 6 points. Shapes and Luca, must be said, 6 points behind that on 41. Big Man Aaron on 1 point. Big Man Aaron must start the clock if he wants to win. In this question, the drain rate is 1 point per half a second, but there is no upper limit to how many points you can lose. Your points will keep counting down until you give me the correct answer or you run out of points. If nobody gives me the correct answer after 15 seconds, then all of your clocks will start counting down at the drain rate, and it is very possible to have no winners. If you've got refires, this is where they might be useful. You have 3.5 seconds, Samson. Yes, 3.5 seconds from when somebody gives the correct answer. To stop the clock. But if someone with a higher score than you gives the correct answer, then of course you won't be able to overtake them. So if Innes starts the clock, Innes has won the game. If Toot starts the clock, then Toot wins the game unless Innes answers within 2.5 seconds of that. That's the drill for this. Hello. Right, tense moment, last question of the game. Best of luck to all 8 of you. Here is question number 10. Of the 9 synonyms for house or home used in this round's questions, which one was the shortest? Shapes is in and wrong, you've got refires. Mark has started the clock. Big Man Aaron's out, Samsa's out. 14 is the level set by Mark. Toot's out, wrong. Innes is wrong. Refires available, think back. Derek is wrong. Innes is wrong. More wrong answers, more timeouts. Shouldn't really show the answers when you go out. Diggs was the answer. Hall was not in the question. Shelter was not the right answer. Toad was as good a guess as any. Den must not have appeared in the question, as in student Diggs. Diggs appeared in the volleyball question, question 6. The other synonyms were shelter, rooms, flats, residence, property, quarters, lodge, address. Lodge, hut, den, shelter, hall, toad. Lots of answers coming in. Those refires coming in very handy there. But Mark starting the clock very early and giving a lot of people time to think. Me not condoning that didn't end up mattering because Mark was the only player to get that last question right. What a change around. It's always nice to see at least one person getting that, but nobody else. So for all 7 of the other players, Samster Shapes, Derek, Luca, Innes, Big Man Aaron and Toot, great effort, and you got to see all 10 questions, all 30 questions of the game, but unfortunately it is the end of the road and it's lights out. And just like that, we have one single winner. Huge congratulations, with a total of 14 left at the end. That is the way to do it. House is certainly warmed now. Congratulations to Mark. You are the escape artist. And there you go. You can have multiple GGs from me. There they are. Mark E54, our escape artist tonight. Escape artist win. Let's go. Mark E54. Where are you? Where are you, Mark? There you are. Mark E54 Escape Artist Win Award Medal. There you go. Gold medal for you in this game, Mark. Very well played. They are not easy to come by in this game, it must be said. And also, can't let the moment pass without giving 100 pennies to our fabulous author, David J. Boddican. Thank you very much for this pack. Very suitable on this, the housewarming party. 100 pennies and another author credit going your way. Thank you very much. And let's have some bonus pennies for everybody else. Escape 11. Escape 11 is the code if you would like some bonus pennies at the end of this game. Now, in a minute, we're going to go to a little break and we're going to go to our second game. I need to extract the question pack, so we'll do a break. And trophy case is, if you go to Mark, if you go to https://persephoneschair.com/pennies, you will be able to get your trophy cabinet from there. They'll all be displayed, all your medals and all of your total pennies. Likewise, anybody else who wants to see their total pennies up to this point, do pop over to that website and they'll all be displayed there. Now, the next game is full mass multiplayer like the Escape Artist, except there's no elimination in it, so that limits what it is going to be straight away. And I'm very much looking forward to this one. This is one that I proved earlier in the week, or possibly even last week, and it should be a lot of fun. I'm going to stop the bonus in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There's that bonus stopped. And of course, in the Escape Artist, you get 5 pennies for every question you got correct. So still lots of pennies available there. So I'll go for a short break. I need to extract the question pack, so it might be 2 songs rather than the regular one. But sit tight for our next game on this, the housewarming party on game night this evening. And very many congratulations to Mark. What does that say? Pennies. Oh, yes, that's a double command. Very many congratulations to Mark, because you, my friend, are the escape artist. I'll see you in a few minutes' time.
what she want, 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 shoobity wop me, oobity wop me, oop-a-doo down.
Rainbow hexagons are indeed the rainbow bestagons. It is risky business. And have a risky 80 right now for 10 more pennies if you fancy it. And this pack comes to us courtesy of AJ. We were supposed to play this pack at happy hour last Thursday before my motherboard exploded. And yeah, it suddenly meant that we couldn't play anything because I didn't have a computer. Fortunately, everything has been salvaged and everything has actually been duplicated onto a second drive. So everything is now backed up on what was the D drive, which is a solid state drive. It's now all been transferred over to a terabyte M.2 drive. Interesting things I'm telling you about my computer, whether you wanted to or not. But everything is still duplicated on what was the D is now the E drive. But because the D drive is the sort of path for stuff and is now the new drive, it just seems to be working just fine, including the penny stuff, which is actually hard-coded to the D drive and has saved me a big job. So at some point I need to format the E drive and give myself another half a terabyte of space for new projects. But yes, backups. They're all backed up to the cloud as well. Well, most of them are. So E drive, yeah, quite. Honestly, the hard drives I've got on this computer right now are just astonishing. If you'd like to just take a look at this for a moment. Ooh, let's just get that over there in case there's anything there that we don't want to see. That's quick access. This PC. Right, you're ready for this. Those are now all my hard drives on this computer. So we've got that's an M.2 drive, the C drive with the OS that hasn't changed. Just a quarter of a terabyte. That is the new M.2, which is now the oh, is it small? That's if I make them bigger, few extra large icons. There we go. Oh, now we can't see the sizes of them. Let's just go back to where we were. But yeah, that's what was E. As you can see, E was rapidly running out of space, so that's now an M.2 drive. That's the old SSD, which is going to be formatted, and that's half a terabyte of space. I've genuinely no idea what that drive is. That's one of my mechanical drives, which backs up a lot of older stuff. No idea what that one is. No idea what that one is. I think that's another mechanical drive. That I have no idea what that is. That is Google Drive. And then the Z drive is my... Oh, come back. Z drive there, that's my wireless mechanical drive, which has just got a load of entertainment stuff. And yeah, it's 3 terabytes. It's quite a big one. Yeah, I thought Control plus Zoom to scroll to zoom in, but it apparently didn't like to do that. It just changes the formatting of it. So, but yeah, it's a lot of hard drives. I need to tidy them up and rename them so I actually know what they all are. But yeah, that's where we're up to, which is nice. Anyway, it's risky business. It comes to us from AJ. We were meant to play it last Thursday, but like I say, motherboard exploded, which led to this conversation. If you want to play it right now, though, let's stop the risky bonus and let's open up the lobby. Don't crash. Thank you. EIIS. Eyes. Very nearly Ellis. But not quite. Gold, silver and bronze available in this. Plus points equals pennies in this game. Pop your way in if you want to come play. I'll give you the length of this loop. A nice positive start. 23 players in so far. Got a bit of time if you want to come and join. Meanwhile, let's sort of see what I've got in my office. I've got my... you won't have seen this before, because this was always mounted above my desk. Oh, you only... No, you can leave, AJ, if you don't want to play your own pack, because of course you'll get pennies for this anyway. So this used to be mounted like above my desk, so it would never have been seen because I didn't very often get it down from the wall. Yeah, AJ, if you type the code again, it'll take you out of the game, mate. But this is a splurge gun from when we did Bugsy Malone back when I was teaching high school. It's 2015, 15, I think. It's my second year teaching. We did 3 productions that year. It was a very busy year. And the last one, the summer production, was Bugsy Malone. And I said after the last day of production, we had to give all the props back. I said, I am having a splurge gun. I think if you type... that is strange, AJ. Splurge, it's not the gun, splurge. Is that taking you out? There you go. So yeah, I said I'm having a splurge gun, and I've been mounted on my wall ever since. So that's one of the ones. I keep a prop from every show. But it is a fun game. I might have told you this. What prop is that? Anyone want to have a guess? What prop is that? It's another prop that I kept. Some people say it's just a plank of wood. Why have you got a plank of wood? Anyone want to have a guess? What prop? Spontaneous quizzing on the quizzing stream. Who would have thought? Oh, can't really see. Okay, let me go to Just Cam a minute. Oh no, I can't go to Just Cam because there's no cam cams in the game. So we can't do that. Hang on. Game with cam. I'll hold it up to the camera. Oh, AB me and Quizface getting there absolutely right. Yeah, Steak for Vampires. We did Dracula in my 3rd year teaching, and this was the steak that we used in the Torstop from EastEnders. No, this was the steak that we used for that particular production. So yeah, I keep all the best props from that when I was directing high school productions, which is really good fun. Right, how many have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So 8, 16, 24, 25, 26 players in. I'll give you another few seconds if you want to come join, if you want to come play the game. So this is AJ's Risky Business Pack. It was proved by me last week. It was supposed to be played last Thursday, but it slightly fell by the wayside. It does mean we're supposed to have Danger Zone 2 and Red Herrings tonight, is what we were supposed to be having. All of those have been proofed, but I'm also aware that we've missed out the Purge from Tuesday, we've missed out Cryptex, the Pyramid. So I may do something else at the end of the night if everyone is sort of in the mood, but I am aware it's already 10 o'clock and Risky Business is a good 50-minute game, so we'll sort of see where we're at. We might just leave it with the Escape Artists and Risky Business, and then at some point I am going to have to redo the scheduling because it's all sort of fallen apart slightly, but we'll see how we get on. We'll see what we want to do. Right, last call if anyone wants to come and join for AJ's Risky Business Pack, and if not, we will lock it up and we will get going, starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's play Risky Business. And here we have all 26 of our players populated there on the right-hand side. Those colours will clear in just a moment. 3 rounds in this game. It's mass multiplayer. It's all whispered to the bot, and it's largely multiple choice. In fact, I think it's exclusively multiple choice. So you only need letters, really, for this game. You want to know some rules? Let's explain some rules. Let's go to round number 1. Round 1 is favourable odds. You'll be presented with a question and 5 options. More than one of the options may be a correct answer. You need only submit 1 letter for each question within 15 seconds. Number of correct answers reduces with each question, whilst the amount of points you score increases. Answering a question incorrectly, though, at any time will reduce your score to 0. For the first 3 questions, though, abstaining will not affect your score. So if you've got some points built and you're not really sure, you can sit it out and you won't be penalised for it. To play question 4, though, you must choose to risk your points when prompted. If you don't want to play, do nothing and your score will be banked. Question 4 has 5 options and only 1 correct answer. If you pick the right one, your score is doubled, otherwise you lose everything. Abstentions count as wrong, on question number 4. And also, you only see the options before you make your decision. You see the options, but not the question. Okay, so you've got to make that decision based on the points you've got, and you can't abstain if you choose to risk. Total 3 sets of 4 questions in round 1 with a maximum of 60 points available. It's Risky Business. Round 1 is favourable odds. Question number 1, let's take a look. Options are, and it's just the letter that you need to type. David Cook, Adam Lambert, Taylor Hicks, Philip Phillips, Jordan Sparks. Name a winner of American Idol. Zeus finding the one wrong. Lots of people finding the one wrong answer up here. There's only one incorrect answer up here. Couple of POs setting this one up. Just handing my reality TV card now. Let's just take a look and see what's happened there. Adam Lambert was the wrong answer. Nearly half the pack going for it. Adam Lambert was runner-up to Chris Allen. Adam Lambert did not win. The other four did, but Adam Lambert did not. So, but no points to lose there. Don't make up Philip Phillips, do you? As good a guess as any. And yeah, there we go. There we go. A bit of a stumper at the beginning. But of course, no points at risk in that round because everyone starts on 0. But a few points of risk accrued now. Lots of players on 2 points. 3 points for this next one if you can find one of the 3 right answers. Options are... So Alec Douglas Home, Anthony Eden, Edward Heath, Harold Wilson, Harold Macmillan. Name a UK Prime Minister in office during the 1960s. You reset to 0 with the wrong answer, you don't have to play. Anthony Eden and Ted Heath were the wrong answers. So Alec Douglas Home, Harold Wilson and Harold Macmillan were the correct answers there. Factoid for you here. Anthony Eden left office in 1957 and Ted Heath took office in 1970. So those were your wrong answers there. Wiping out if you gave one of them. Bad luck. Quite a few people on 5 here, a number on 3. Pokenuts and Time Strike abstaining and preserving their 2 and a number wiping out back to 0. Let's go on to question 3. Remember, there are only 2 correct answers here. 5 points if you can find one of them, but a wipe out back to 0 if you don't. Last one to accrue some risk before the risk question. Question number 3, options are 831, 809, 619, 930, 177. Give a prime number. A lot of thinking going on this question. If you have a blind guess, you've got a 40% chance of getting it right. Splitting the room a bit there. 809 and 619 were your right answers. 177, 913 and 831. 177, 913 and 831 were the wrong answers. Is there a factoid on this? Divisors maybe? Nope, no divisors available on that. You could probably work it out. 177 is divisible by 3, I think. Yes, 150 plus 27. 913 will be divisible by 7, I guess. 831 will be divisible by 3, I think. Let's go with that. That sounds about right. 831 is 277. Good lord, that's mean. 277 times 3. Yeah, so divisible by 3. Lovely, lovely. So, if you are red at this point, it means you have no risk and you cannot risk this question. Otherwise, you've either got 10, 8, 5 or 3 points and you'll be green or grey at this point. You can choose to risk on this question. Remember, if you risk and you abstain or get it wrong, you lose all your points. But if you risk and get it right, you double your points. But I'm not going to show you the question before you have to make that decision. If you want to bank, leave it blank. Otherwise, it's R into the chat to risk. Here are the options for question number 4. Small business tools, Outlook, Access, Publisher, PowerPoint, bank or risk. A lot of risk happening here. Some people may be going to play it safe. Got about 10 points. Samson Tapstop are choosing to risk on this question. Time straight, you've got no points at this place at this time, so you won't be able to risk. You can only risk if you've got points, and unfortunately you're wiped out on the last question. And also make sure it's whispered to the bot, otherwise it won't be processed. Anyway, so we have got 9 players risking. We'll start with Samson and Tabstop with 10, Mark Potram Comedy with 3. Abstention or wrong answer, you're back to 0. Give me a right answer though, and there's only one of them up here, and we will double your score. Here is the question based on those options. Name a piece of software released with the original 1990 Microsoft Office package. Brand new Halo with Samster. Need an answer? Oh, Samster getting the right one. Brand new Halo just getting the wrong one. Your answer was PowerPoint. Small business tools, Outlook, Access, and Publisher, all incorrect there. 1990 package contained Word, Excel, and PowerPoint, and that was it. Very well done if you doubled your points there, Samster, and Tabstop doubling up to 20, Topper up to 16, Zeus up to 10, Brand new Halo David, High Electrical Temperature Mark, and Pop Ram Comedy wiping back out to 0. Bad luck. Let's put the points into the bank at the end of that first set of questions. More than half the pack still yet to score, but still plenty of questions to come. Samster and Tabstop with an early lead of 20 points. Let's go on to the next board, or the next set of questions. First question, there are 4 correct answers here. 2 points if you can find any one of them. Options are Martin Kemp, Nick Rhodes, George Michael, Dave Gahan, Sarah Dallin. Name an artist in the original 1984 Band-Aid supergroup. 4 of those are correct. One of them is not. Might as well have a go here. No one's got any risk. Oh, Samson's found the one wrong answer. Electrical temperature? Not having a go. And Samson goes from the top spot right down to the bottom. Dave Gahan was the only wrong answer up there. Everything else was correct. 62% going for George Michael, the most popular answer up there. George Michael of Wham, Nick Rhodes of Duran Duran, Martin Kemp of Spandau Ballet, and Sarah Dallin of Bananarama. Dave Gahan was in Depeche Mode, but was not part of Band-Aid. There we go. So most players getting 2 points there. Let's go on to the next question. 3 of these will be correct, worth 3 points if you can find one of them. Options are Rio Ferdinand, Gary Cahill, Frank Lampard, Wes Morgan, Tim Sherwood. Name a player who captained their team to victory in the English Premier League. Ooh, lots of boing. Frank Lampard being a bit of a red herring there. Lots of people going for Frank Lampard and wiping out. Frank Lampard was not the right answer. Gary Cahill, or Cahill, Wes Morgan, Tim Sherwood were the right answers. Lampard and Rio Ferdinand both incorrect. Let's see if we've got some factoids on this. Player must have been captain of the team when they won the Premier League. Frank Lampard and Rio Ferdinand have never captained their teams. I think Frank Lampard may have captained England, but they've never captained their teams to victory. So there we go. Lots of players wiping out there, but we've got quite a few players on the maximum of 5. Wes Morgan has a sponsorship deal with Captain Morgan straight after Leicester won the league. Nice. Yeah, Wes Morgan, the Leicester City captain who won rather unexpectedly a few years ago. He may have been captain, but may not have captained his team. I'm pretty sure he was captain of England, but not of his English Premier League team. There we go. Them's the breaks. Quite a few people abstaining on that and preserving 2 points. John Terry was captain of England. Well, I didn't know anything about football. Lampard captained Chelsea in the 2012 Champions League final when Terry was out. Thank you, AJ, for the factoid on this one. So, on to the next question. 2 of these are correct. 5 points if you can find one of them. You don't have to play, though. You need some risk if you want to attempt question number 4. Have a look. Options are Beta Rater, Red Faction, Saints Row, Postal 2, The Warriors. In a game developed by Rockstar Games. More towels. People are stating a big mixture of green and red up here. Red Faction, Saints Row, and Postal 2 all incorrect. Saints Row and Postal 2 certainly controversial games. Saints Row was basically a remake of Grand Theft Auto, which was Rockstar Games, but Saints Row wasn't. Red Faction I'm not so sure about, but the Warriors and Beta Rater, were the correct answers. Beta Rater was a mobile and PSP game by Rockstar. Warriors was a 2005 game for PS2 and Xbox, later ported to PSP. Those are your 2 correct answers. A lot of people finding one of them, but not everybody. Quite a few people wiping out on that question, but more than half the players have got some risk established, from 10 with Lucario, Exotic, Koda and Oni, down to 2 with Apodo, David and Big Man Aaron. Everyone in between that gap, all 21 of you, will be able to risk on this question if you are so inclined. Double points if you find the 1 right answer, but back to 0 if you abstain, or you give me a wrong answer and you only see the options, and they are Tampa, Miami, Louisville, Jacksonville, Orlando. Bank or risk? If you want to bank, leave it blank. If you want to risk, it's R into the whisper box. Make sure you whisper it. But you need to have some risk. If you haven't got any risk, then you won't be able to risk on this question. Including Lucario and Oni, who have got the maximum of 10. So we've got 12 players risking on this. Again, 10 being the maximum risk, 2 being the minimum risk. Everybody else's points have been put into the bank. So you 12, an abstention or a wrong answer will lose all your points. A correct answer will double your points up to whatever double your score is. A respectful no and a disrespectful no. Best of luck. Here is that question. Any city in the US state of Florida with a population of less than 300,000. Car and Big Man Aaron finding the right answer here, which was Orlando. Has less than 300,000 in it. Let's take a look at this. Tampa, Miami, and Jacksonville are all over 300,000, and Louisville is in Kentucky. Population of Orlando is 280,000. Yep, Orlando. Bit of a trap, little bit of a trap answer there, but unfortunately you did fall for it. But Cara and Big Man Aaron doubling up their points there. Everybody else wiping their risk out. Let's put the points in the bank. End of the second board. Samson now with a lead of 28. Tabstock's in second with 20. Toppers in third with 16. We've still got quite a few players yet to score, but another 20 points available for this next board. 4 correct answers. Theme parks and attractions, nothing else there. That's the great thing about this game. You can have lots of trap answers, and it's kind of in the spirit of it a little bit. So, 5 answers up here. 4 of them will be correct. 2 points if you can find one of them. Options are plus 32, plus 353, plus 420, plus 55, plus 46. Name a dialing code of an EU member state. You can't be fine with one wrong answer, likewise tab stop, but you've got no risk at the moment, so you might as well have a go at this one. 80% chance of getting the right answer on a stab in the dark. Plus 55 was the wrong answer, just 2 players going for that. Let's take a look at the factoids for this. 353 is Ireland, 32 is Belgium, Sweden is 46, Czech Republic is 420, plus 55 is the area dialing code for Brazil, which is not an EU member state. What with it not being in Europe and all that. Right, most players getting 2 points there. Let's go on to question number 2. 3 correct answers up here. 3 points if you can find one. Options are Symphony number 5, Symphony number 3, Symphony number 4, Symphony number 2, Symphony number 6, and I love this question. Name a Beethoven symphony whose key signature is both major and a consonant. Topper with all of the nope. Surprisingly, a lot of people sitting this one out. It bears repeating, nope. Symphony number 5, 17.6% of you getting caught out there. Yeah, Symphony number 5 is in C minor. I'm doing this without the factoids to see what I know, because this was on the only Connect wall earlier on as well. Symphony number 5 is in C, which is a consonant, but it's minor. Symphony in C minor. That's a da-da-da-dum, da-da-da-dum. Symphony number 3, as I'm sure you all knew, is Eroica, the Eroica Symphony, which is in E flat major. It is a major key, but it is a vowel. E, or arguably E flat, has got a vowel, certainly not a consonant. Symphony number 2 is in D major, Symphony number 4 is in B flat major, and Symphony number 6 is in F major. Well done if you gave me one of those answers, but a number of people abstaining there, even with the odds stacked in your favour. Don't blame me, it was a tricky question. Let's go on to the next one. 2 correct answers here, 5 points if you can find one of them. Remember, you must have some risk if you want to attempt question 4. For now, question 3, options are Charlie Haas, Billy Gunn, Ahmed Johnson, Mark Henry, Hulk Hogan. Name a former WWF or WWE Intercontinental Champion. Jacob wiping out on this one. Silent Marine, Topper, Nat and Carl wiping out as well. And Colo. And G. Eisen's Hulk Hogan, Mark Henry, and Charlie Haas were incorrect answers. A lot of people abstaining. Time Strike, the only player to get the maximum risk in this round. Particularly tricky set of questions there. Let's take a look. Yes, Ahmed Johnson and Billy Gunn were the right answers. No factoids to go with that. The other ones have not been Intercontinental Champion. Very specific champion that we're after there. So if you've got points, which is top 25 down to Energia have got some points. R if you want to risk on the next question. If you want to put it into the bank and keep them safe, leave it blank, but you won't be able to play. And remember, an abstention is treated as wrong if you choose to risk, and you only see the options, which are caster sugar, granulated sugar, cane sugar, demerara sugar, icing sugar. Bank or risk? Evening, Matt. Welcome to the stream. A lot of people risking here. How many to be exact? Focus on the right window would help. 12 players again risking. The maximum risk here is only 5. So Time Strike perhaps wisely putting those 10 points into the bank, and they are safe. If you are not risking on this question, then you won't be able to play it. But for the 12 who are, double points for the one right answer, minus everything for an abstention or any of the 4 wrong answers. Here's your question. Name an ingredient in Mary Berry's special scones or scones, depending where you're from, recipe. Sophie wiping out. Ines finding an answer. Zeus finding the answer. Give it a go. Riff, David, and Quizface finding the right answer, which was caster sugar. Caster sugar. Everything else is a wrong answer and not in Mary Berry's special scones recipe. If I just open up this link here, I can tell you that it has self-raising flour, baking powder, butter, 1 large egg, milk, and caster sugar. Just caster sugar. No other types of sugar. If you risked on that one, well done. If you managed to double up, bad luck. If you've wiped everything out, that is the end of round 1. Let's put the points in the bank and check out the scores. Well, Samster with an early and prevalent lead, 35, 15 points clear of second place, which belongs to Zeus, Tapstop, and Riff, all tied in second on 20. Ines currently in third with 18. Only a handful of players yet to score. Natter, Shapes, Proves, Brand New Halo, and Higher Electrical Temperature, all yet to score, but there's still plenty of points available as we go forward in this game. Put my hairband back in. I can actually see it from this angle. That's quite cool. Oh, I tell you what, it is almost unbearably hot in here. It is. I don't know why it's so hot, but it probably the hot water storage tank behind me, but it's really warm. But yeah, that's fun. Anyway, let's go on to. You know, that's a good idea, Brand New Halo. I could open the door, but I don't want to disturb puppies because we've got big dog there, and then small dog is asleep in my bedroom, which is that. If you can see the doors, I don't know if you can see the doors from that angle quite. Bearings on the camera actually, because well, there's the door, but the next door that way, which is not really visible, is where the pupper is asleep. Nice pupper. I could open the window. Here's the thing, I can't really show you the window without moving the camera around, but I've got my Sonic plushies over there and my incense box. I have an incense box because I like the smell of incense. I could open the window, but it's got these sort of blinds, and I'd have to open the blinds first, which would mean I'd have to move the plushies. But I could open the blinds and then... No, I can't do it without disturbing my... I need to find a better place for the plushies so they're on display. But we'll get there. We'll get there. I'm just gonna grin and bear it for tonight. I could get Dylan to fan me with ostrich feathers. That's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. But now, let's go on to round number 2. Round 2 is the board game. You'll be presented with a question and 9 options. Anything from 4 to 7 of the options may be a correct answer. Submit as many options as you like within 60 seconds. Syntax is unimportant in this round. You may choose to separate your answer letters with commas, spaces, full stops, or not at all if you prefer. You may submit your answers either as a single message of several letters or individual letters one at a time. For each correct answer submitted, you'll receive 5 points. However, if you get any incorrect answers at all, you'll reduce your score to 0. Scores are banked after each board, which means that with a total of 3 boards, there's a maximum score of 60 to 105 points available, depending how many right answers are in there. I'm not going to tell you how many right answers. The onus is on you as to how many you want to risk. That is the name of the game. Risky business, after all. So, as many options as you like. 60 seconds to get them in. Round 2 is the board game with much to play for. Here's your options. Lynx, Panther, Jaguar, Game Brain, 2800, Zex, Cosmos, 7800, 5200. Identify the officially released Atari game consoles or handheld consoles. Curious, all the caps coming up first. You'll go blue when the computer has processed the answer, whether right or wrong. Sit down and have a little relax. I really do need a music engineer, don't I? I'm nearly out for Whisper it, Time Strike. You've got to whisper it, otherwise it won't be processed. And you sort of give away the game a little bit. Yeah, mini-fridge probably would generate more heat. I need to open the window, really. Here come the ticks. And there's your right answers. Ooh, how many people are getting some points there? Top 15 players getting points. There were only 5 answers up there, so kudos to Samson on finding all 5 of them. In his top of Time Strike, Lucario, Pot Ram Comedy, Mark, Shapes, and Brand New Halo finding 4 of them. Apodo and Reese finding 3. It's Sotley, Aiden E finding 2. Jay White and Big Man Aaron going for a safe 1. Correct answers: Lynx, Jaguar, Zex, XEGS, 7800 and 5200. Got any factoids on this? I have a feeling we do. Panther, Cosmos and Game Brain are all planned consoles that were cancelled. 2800 was never a console, it was the 2600. 2600 catching a few of you out there going for E, which was not the right answer. Never mind, let's put those points in the bank. If you have accrued them, fell into that Panther trap. Easily done. Let's put the points in the bank. Samson increasing the lead, almost twice as many points as second place. 60 points. That's going to take some beating, but still lots of points available. Let's go on to board number 2. Options are Reykjavik, St. Louis, Lisbon, Glasgow, Austin, San Diego, Warsaw, Pyongyang, Tehran. Identify the cities with more than one commercial airport. Tehran? Tehran? I think it's Tehran. And I think it's St. Louis as opposed to St. Louis. But I might be wrong. St. Louis or St. Louis? Stretch my legs a bit. The good thing about this desk, it forces me to sit in a good posture because I'm forever going to the lotus position, but I don't have enough leg to do it. But in a good way. I've also got a little drawer, which I think was designed for the keyboard, but under here I've got my boss slave laptop. It's currently not doing anything. I've got that there. I've got a GPD window and a MacBook Pro. Another incense box under there. Here come the ticks. Let's wait for a couple more answers. Wow. How many people finding a right answer there? Only 9 people getting points on this one. And again, only 5 answers here. Correct answers: Reykjavik, St. Louis, or St. Louis, Glasgow, Warsaw, and Tehran all have more than one commercial airport. Lisbon, Austin, San Diego, and Pyongyang only have 1. Lots of players not getting any points. Well done to Toop for finding all 5 there. Lucario, St. Louis instead of St. Louis. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, there's a sort of disambiguation between America and the UK. St. Louis, you have not a silent S. Lucario and Zeus's finding 3 of them. Silent Marine going for 2. Samson in his car. Big Man and David finding just the safe 1. So, any factoids to report on that? I don't think there are on that one, actually. It's just, yeah, there we go. Right, 1 more board in this round. Clear the board, put the points in the bank. Samson still with that lead. Lucario closing down a little bit now, 47. Innis on 43. Let's go on to board number 3. James Vanderbeek, Alex Trebek, Drew Carey, Britney Spears, Jason Biggs, Bob Barker, Katie Holmes, Heidi Klum, Shania Twain. Identify the guest stars of How I Met Your Mother. I've got up to 4 as a fan of this show. We know there's at least 4. Anything between 4 and 7, remember, are correct. Are you going to have a guess? Anything between 4 and 7 of these are correct. Might as well guess one of them. If you're not going to guess any more. Tim Gunn was on about that's about it. Yeah, he's not one of the options. Yeah, he was Barney's tailor, I believe, Tim Gunn. Well, let's find out. Here come the ticks. That's a respectable amount of green. Drew Carey, Jason Biggs, and Shania Twain, all incorrect answers. Heidi Klum, the most popular answer there. She appeared as herself. Bob Barker appeared as himself on The Price is Right. Alex Trebek was a game show host on Heads or Tails. Britney Spears appeared as an receptionist for one of Ted's girlfriends, played by Sarah Chalke. Katie Holmes was... Is Katie Holmes... Was that Robin's sister? Possibly. And James Van Der Beek, no idea on that one. But yeah, those are the ones that I do know. Jason Biggs revealed he was originally approached for the role of Ted on How I Met Your Mother. Bob Barker playing Barney's dad. Barney's dad, yeah, it wasn't actually his dad, but yeah. Katie Holmes was the role of the Slutty Pumpkin, which actually the character was credited as the Slutty Pumpkin. Yeah, bits of that show haven't aged particularly well. Slutty Pumpkin, there we go. Yes, Alex Trebek did indeed appear as a game show host on Celebrity Heads or Tails, I think was the show. How many people get some points there? Let's take a look. 12 players getting some points. There were actually 6 correct answers up there, but the most we got was 2. Samson Lucario, Toot Zeus, Dogfish, Digital David, and Oni getting 2. Pop Rhyme Comedy, It's Otley, Car, Avery, and Kodo just getting a single 1. That is the end of round 2. Let's put the points in the bank and check out the scores. So, Samster with a lead of 75, Lucario's in second with 57, Toots in third with 50, but it could still go any which way. There's only a handful of players yet to score, but there's a lot of points available in this final round. Let's go there now. Round 3 is this or that. You'll be presented with a question and 2 options. One is correct and one is incorrect. Submit A or B within 7 seconds. Scoring in this round is a bit like the weakest link. Answer a question correctly and it will give you increasingly more points. First correct gives you 1, the second gives you 2, and so on. Answer a question incorrectly at any time and it will reduce your score to 0 and reset your correct answer streak. Abstaining from a question will bank your points and reset your correct answer streak. So if you're not sure but you've got a bit of a streak going, put it in the bank by abstaining from the question. 15 questions in this round, which means there are a maximum of 120 points available, which means it is very much still anybody's game. Such is the nature of this. 7 seconds, though, does go by very quickly. You've got to whisper it to the bot. Very best of luck to you. Round 3, this or that. Question 1, this or that, A or B. Options are coronavirus. Election results. What was the most searched Google term in the US in 2020? Straight down, well, not even straight down the middle. Election results was the most Googled thing in the US rather than coronavirus. Checked with the trends, the Google Trends page. Yeah, more than half going for coronavirus, just under a third going for election results, which was the right answer. Very well done. You've got yourself your first point there, otherwise no points. Let's put any points in. There's not going to be anything going in the bank at this point. Samson's still in the lead with 75. Let's go on. Question 2, this or that, A or B. Options are China, USA. Which country hosted the first FIFA Women's World Cup? And splitting the room, the majority going for the wrong answer of USA. China was the correct answer here. USA beat Norway 2-1 in the final in 1991. The United States went on to host 2 consecutive World Cups in 1999 and 2003. The USA won it, but China hosted it. The next one, I will tell you, is an RTFQ. It shapes a natter with 3 points of risk accumulated, currently with the risk lead. Samson with the overall lead of 75. This is very much an RTFQ. I encourage you to read it carefully. Options are, question 3, this or that, A or B, options are Philippe the Sixth, Philippe the Seventh, who is current king of Spain. It's Philippe the Sixth, not Philippe the Seventh. Nothing more to report on that. Shapes and Natter with the risk lead of 6. Remember, abstaining will put that in the bank, but you're going to accrue more and more points the more you get right. Let's put the points in the bank. Sam's still with that lead of 75. Let's go on question 4. This or that, A or B, options are Justin Timberlake, Pharrell Williams. He was an uncredited singer in the Black Eyed Peas song Where Is the Love? Justin Timberlake, 50% of you getting the right answer. Pharrell Williams, not the right answer. It was indeed Justin Timberlake. Mark putting 3 points of risk into the bank there. Oh, excuse me. Nat with the wrong answer, losing that risk lead. Shapes does still have the risk lead with 10 points of risk, though, right here. Oh, goodness me, hiccups. There go your points, Natter. That's how this game works. Let's put any points into the bank. Check out the scores. Samsa still with the lead, 75. Toot with 6 points of risk accrued. Could look to be catching up at some point. Let's see how we get on with the next question. Question number 5. 1, 2, 3, 5. This or that, A or B. Options are the Netherlands, Switzerland. Which country won the first Eurovision Song Contest in 1957? It's Switzerland. I don't know anything about Eurovision, but the Netherlands won the second in Frankfurt in 1957, but Switzerland won the first. I know this is sort of in the corner of knowledge of a lot of people here. I know we've got a lot of Eurovision fans here. Shapes with the risk lead of 15 at the moment. Only with 10. Toot choosing to bank on those 6. Let's put the points in the bank. Samson still in the lead with 75, and with 6 points of risk accrued, that could make a big old difference. Shapes slowly amassing the risk in this round. Not enough to be too noticeable or worrisome for the top yet, but could keep going. Let's take a look at the next question. Question number 6, this or that. A or B, options are the IT Crowd, the In-Betweeners. So these British comedy series have had a full US remake. It was the In-Betweeners, and it was crap. I watched one episode, and actually the In-Betweeners had a badly received 12-episode series on MTV in the US. The IT Crowd had a pilot, but it never made it to air. There we go. So, only putting 10 points of risk in the bank there. Dogfish 6, Apodo Nuevo 3G Islands the 1. Shapes with 21 points of risk. More than double what he's got in the bank if he chooses to bank it at any point. That could make a sizable difference. Let's put the points in the bank for now. Perhaps is still maintaining that lead of 75 with 10 points of risk as well. Let's go on. Question number, the next one. 7, I think. This or that. A or B. Options are vodka, rum. Is the main component of a screwdriver cocktail. It is vodka. Yes, most players getting that 73.5%. It's vodka and orange juice is a screwdriver cocktail. That's all there is to it. No rum in a screwdriver. Pokenuts putting 6 points in the bank. AB me putting a single point in the bank. Let's put them there now. Shape still with the risk lead of 28 with 20 in the bank. That's a potential score of 48. Samster on a potential score of 90 at this point if he chooses to put it in the bank. Let's go on. Midway through question number 8. This or that. A or B. Options are 1990s, 2000s. The Scottish Parliament of Holyrood was founded in which decade? Few wipeouts going on here. Shapes finding the right answer, continuing that risk streak of 36. It was in the 1990s. I haven't got a factoid for that, so I can't tell you exactly when, but it was the 1990s. Bad luck if you're wiping out on that one. Samson Lucario putting 15 into the bank. Topper putting in 10. Mark Colo Natter putting in 6. Zeus, Pop Ramen, and David putting in 3. Let's put the points in the bank. Check out the scores. At the halfway stage, Samsa with a sizable lead of 90. Lucario with 72. Eyes on Shapes a little bit. Potential score of 56, but remember, for every correct answer from now, Shapes is going to be getting exponentially, not quite exponentially, but significantly more points on a potential score of 56. It's not enough to make a difference, but in a couple of questions' time, if Shapes keeps this up, it could very well be. Let's go on to question number 9. This or that. A or B. Options are pink, yellow. What colour was the snail from Boo's Clues? Shape's calling it time there, putting 36 into the bank. New risk lead now goes to Innes and Bigman Aaron, who have got 6 points of risk and in live play. Brand new Halo putting in 15, Reese putting in 10. A few wipeouts there as well. The answer was pink. And I've just got a link to the webpage there. Never seen it, but he was indeed pink. Let's put the points in the bank. Shapes jumping right up now to third place, tied with now cut that out. Samson still with the lead of 90 with 1 point of risk. Not a huge amount of risk in play. Innes one with the most risk, highest up, 6 points of risk, potential score of 49. Let's see how we get on with the next question. Let's go on. Question number 10, this or that. A or B? Options are Cafe Nero, Costa Coffee. Which of these is a subsidiary of the Coca-Cola Company? Stamps of Shapes and Toot wiping out on that one. Innes and Bigman Aaron continuing their risk streak of 10 points. Innes with 43 in the bank, 10 points of risk. The answer was Costa Coffee. No factoid on that one, but I do have a citation. And yes, Costa Coffee was the answer. A few wipeouts. Let's put the points into the bank. Energia just putting a single point in there. Samson still with the lead. He's had the lead most of the game. Can it be stolen from him by anybody? Let's find out as we go on to question number 11. This or that. A or B? Options are J.K. Rowling, Stephen King. Robert Galbraith was a pseudonym for which author? Yeah, J.K. Rowling. It was the Accidental Husband, I think, was the book. First one written by Robert Galbraith, of J.K. Rowling under the pseudonym Robert Galbraith. For the probably perfectly understandable reason that everyone's going to assume it's just more Harry Potter. I've not read it though, so I can't pass comment. Anyway, lots of people getting that one right. Innes and Big Man Aaron still with a risk lead of 15. Nobody putting any points into the bank there, so let's go on. Oh, my wife is calling, such is the size of our house that we now have to call each other. Hello, darling. He's in the garage. He is. It won't switch on. Has a trip. Yeah, it's on the big one that's got a little reset button on it. It might have tripped. If you and it's not working. You reset the trip switch, and then she's calling from the east wing of the castle. Yes, David. She's in the garage at the moment. I'm actually slightly surprised she's got signal, to be honest. Try resetting it. I'm just finishing up Risky Business, and then I'm probably going to call it a night. So have a fiddle. If you're still not working, I'll be down in sort of 10-15 minutes. All right, I'll come have a look in a minute. All right, bye. Garage. Lathbury residents. It's reached the point we have to phone each other from other parts. We do need a tannoy system. So, Meg's calling from garage. A little bit in the future, maybe. I've lost where we're up to. Oh, that was it. Robert Galbraith. So is it 12? 13, so this is question 12 we're going up to next. Innes, I think, Innes and Big Marion with the risk lead of 15. Samson still with the bank lead of 90. Let's go on. Question number 12. This or that, A or B options are Joshua, Judges. Which book of the Bible appears first? Staple quiz knowledge. Everyone knows the first 5 books of the Bible are Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. Everyone remembers the first 5 because it's the Pentateuch, the Jewish name for the book of law, basically. But then the 6th book is Joshua. Judges comes a little bit later on. I don't know if you got that. Big Man Aaron now with a risk lead of 21 with 3 questions to go. Innes getting that one wrong, wiping out the only possible threat, I think, for Samson there, but Samson also wiping out. Let's put the risk into the bank. Zeus and Topper putting 6 points in there. And Samson still with the lead with 3 questions to go. Lucario could get 10, 15, 21. This is interesting. Lucario could still win with 93 if he gets all 3 of them right and Samson doesn't put any more points in. Or Samson doesn't get 2 of them right. If Samson gets this one and the next one right and then banks, it could be a tie at the top, which could be very interesting. So Lucario it is still open to you. I think Big Man Aaron's got a little bit too far to go because he's going to be going 28 and then 36 and then 40 something. So yeah, it's not quite enough for Big Man Aaron. But Samster's game to lose, or Lucario could take it from him. What do you need to do? Hope Lucario gets one wrong or banks, basically, Sam. So if Lucario banks or gets one wrong at any point in the next 3, then you're going to win by default, I think, as long as you get one of them right. I don't know. I might be making that up. Let's find out. Question number 13. This or that, A or B options are Elton John, Queen. Which of these artists has had more UK #1 singles? And there we go, Samson, with that. You have secured the game. Lucario has wiped out Big Man Aaron now with 28 points of risk in the lead. It's Elton John. I'm doing an Elton John tribute concert a week on Friday. I might stream it. Elton John has 7, Queen have had 6. So not a huge lead over them, but Elton John is the correct answer. Samster is secured. Samster, you have won the game, but the battle for silver and bronze continues with 2 more questions. Let's put the points in the bank. Yes, Samster now on 91. The max Lucario can get at this point is 3, up to 75. So it's actually, I think Lucario is pretty secure on second as well. 2 and Shapes could have a little arm wrestle over third. Shapes, you could tie for third. But 2, if you get at least one of these right and then bank, then you are guaranteed the bronze. Fingers on buzzers. Question number 14. This or that, A or B options are Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger, Tower of Terror. Which ride opened at Walt Disney World Resort first? Samson's just sneaking the answer. Tower of Terror was the correct answer. Tower of Terror was 1994. Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger 1998. Big Man Aaron calling it quits there, putting 28 points of risk. That's a pretty good score. Might bump you up the leaderboard a little bit. Brand New Halo putting in 10. Tapstop putting in 6. Energy improves just the 1. And we come to the final question of the night, because I think I am going to call it a night after this. I knew I said 3, but I started late, and it's a billion degrees in here. So I do need to go and have a cold shower or something, I think. Final question then. This or that, A or B options are calcium, magnesium. Which of these elements was discovered first? Here's magnesium, 41% given the right answer. Magnesium in 1755, calcium a bit later in 1808. And Carr finishes with the risk lead of 15 at Sotley with 10. Samster in Innis and G. Eisner's getting up to 6 there at the end. A few people wiping out. I think it was Samster's game from the get-go. He had a very strong lead from the beginning, making him a bit difficult to catch, and he's managed to preserve it. So at the end of that game, our winner is Samster. With an inverse nice of 96. Very well played. Lucario taking second with 75, and now cut that out, getting third with 59. Shapes 56, Zeus 55, as is Topper on 55, Innis 49, Brand New Halo 46, Big Man Aaron 42. A bit of a comeback there from Big Man Aaron at the end. And Apodo Nuevo, Mark and Carr taking joint 10th with 40. Good stuff. Good fun. GG's everybody. Let's award some medals. And remember, points equal pennies in this game. So let's go Risky Business Gold. And let's give that out to Samster. Another one for your medal cabinet there, Samster. Where are you? Samster, Risky Business Gold, Award Medal. And let's go Risky Business Silver. And it's going to be Luca 710. Luca under L. Luca. Risky Business Silver, Luca 710. Award Medal. And finally a Risky Business Bronze. 4. Now cut that out. Excuse me. Now cut that out. There you are. Award Medal. Lovely stuff. And if, of course... AJ, our question writer for this evening, thank you very much for your efforts there, AJ. Really good fun pack, author bonus, and 100 pennies going your way. AJ Nokia, 100 pennies, author bonus, award pennies. There we go. Lovely pack indeed. I need to sort out the database because I've just sort of grabbed some packs at random. But GG's to Samster right there, and let's have some endgame pennies for everybody. There we go. And of course you will get points equal pennies in this game. They'll be added to your overall total on the database, which I'll update after the stream. And Everyone has spared your danger pack. Only for a week, though, too. So, yeah, scheduling has sort of... I normally pride myself on keeping the schedule, well known in public knowledge and several weeks in advance. But it's sort of fallen by the wayside a little bit. We had Escape Artist and Bidding War on the last Tuesday. Happy Hour was supposed to be this Risky Business pack we just played, and Big Break. Well, I was a little short of questions on Big Break, so I was probably going to pull it anyway. There wasn't scheduled to be a stream last Saturday, and we made up the Risky Business one, and David's Spontaneous Escape Artist. So what that means, for all intents and purposes, just looking at this now, we've basically lost a week. Because Tuesday was supposed to be Buzz Off and the Purge, Happy Hour was supposed to be Cryptex and the Pyramid, and then Saturday Red Herrings and Danger Zone 2. So in a way, it's sort of worked out quite well. Oh, a great big noise. David, thank you very much for the 3 gifted subs. One short of a nice amount in total. 68 subs in total. That's astonishing generosity. And welcome to Riff Raccoon, Akadar, and Lucario. Enjoy ad-free viewing for the next month. Thank you very much, David, for your generosity right there. Yeah, so looking at it again here, it's sort of like we've basically lost a week from the stream, which actually I probably could have worked out because that's how many streams we've missed. So what I'm tempted to do is basically just, and this is going to push everything back, extra week added to the calendar. The thing is, the current schedule goes right up to the 21st of December. And then I wasn't going to do a happy hour on Christmas Eve, and I wasn't going to do one on Christmas Day either. And I was probably going to take the week after for New Year off. The biggest problem is Buzz Off, actually, which means we're going to have to squeeze some extra ones in somewhere. On the surface, what I will probably do is just push everything back 1 week. It's going to be pending very much whether or not Buzz Off players can do the rescheduled nights, everything back 1 week. I will, of course, need to check with them for that. There is a week... no, there's not. There was supposed to... Yes, there is a week where there's no Buzz Off on the 22nd of November, so that could be an opportunity to make up some Buzz Off games, maybe. And I've got 3 happy hour streams, 3 happy hour streams where I wasn't planning a stream where we could make up some stuff. It might just be that some packs get pushed back into the new year. Maybe some Escape Artist packs, because we've had an extra one of those now, because we had this one tonight that was sort of semi-spontaneous. I know, I'm sorry, I've ruined Christmas for you, Sam, so I'm very sorry. No stream, yeah, well, I thought about it, because I normally do a Boxing Day stream. I say normally, I did one last year, and I really enjoyed the Boxing Day stream. Christmas Day, of course, is a Saturday this year. I mean, I'm not totally against the idea. With Quizmas, there's going to be a lot of Christmas trivia building up to that anyway. Also, my parents are down for Christmas this year. It's obviously a new house, so we invite parents over. So... depending on a few things, have Christmas off for fuck's sake. Maybe depending on a few things. I mean, I might do something. I mean, I'll have church in the morning anyway, and then obviously we're cooking, so we'll sort of see how we get on. I might just do a spontaneous something different in Discord or something, rather than an official stream. But we'll just sort of see how we are. Oh, hello.
I fixed it.
What was wrong with it?
I unplugged it.
Well, it's not going to work if you unplug it, is it?
No, I unplugged it. And you know the set of plugs that's like on the ceiling?
Yeah, no.
Oh, when you first in through the garage door, it's on the ceiling.
Right. Oh, okay.
Rather than funnying about with
all of the sockets in this house are daisy chained. The electrics are a bit weird because there's like 3 sockets in each room in really logical locations, and everything is daisy chained. So we've got power everywhere, but it just means there's a lot of extension cables lying around,
and you have to sort of do a bit of detective work, because you'll think, this is a socket, I know where this is, and then you follow it. We had a guy in yesterday and he was like, I've got no idea what this wire is, or where it goes to, or if it's live, or if it's dead, or what it does.
The garage is a particularly special case for and I'll show you in there at some point, but it's all a bit crazy, but it's what happens when you have old houses. It's quirky. It's definitely quirky, and we love that about it. It's going to take.
Yeah, we love it.
We do. We were running a bit mad because Megs has had the week off, and I've basically not done any work. I think I ran a choir rehearsal on Thursday night. I worked all weekend last weekend on the actual move, gigs and stuff, which was really good fun. I did try and stream the Rachmaninoff last Sunday, actually, I have to say, but it didn't work. And actually, my laptop died because I forgot to charge it before the end of the first movement. So it would have died anyway. But it was just a bit too much to manage. But I'll be doing it again at some point, and I'll try and stream it there. So yeah. I've done medals, I've done penny bonuses, and I can go stop bonus for the end of the night thing. I would do something else, but it's been a very, very tiring week. It's already 10 to 11 because I started late. So I am gonna call it time there at the end of the night. No, I'm not dressing up as Elton. A few people have asked me that. I'm not going to dress up. I'm just going to wear something tasteful and nice. Again, I might stream that one. The thing is, it's a ticketed event. It's like £10 a ticket, and I've sold about 40 odd already. So. It might be a bit strange if I stream that. I would like to. I do want to stream some live music at some point, especially now the Wi-Fi at the church is pretty good. Tasteful and nice isn't in the spirit of an elder. Yeah, that's true, but it is in a church, and they basically let me have it for free. I mean, it's because I work there, so that's nice. But yeah. Anyway, yeah. In terms of scheduling, it looks like basically in a very ideal world, everything would just be pushed back a week. Christmas stuff notwithstanding, and it would mean the last week, which is scheduled to be, what have we got there? I can't push it back too far. Hello, a message from our sponsor Zeusless.
Thanks for the fun stream, Ben. Bellhop Bell Motorway Roller Coaster.
Bellhop Bell Motorway Roller Coaster. Thank you very much for the 100 bits there, Zeus. Very grateful to you. I'll have a look at it at some point this week in between managing Puppy, who I might bring into a stream, a Discord at some point. It's like Bring Your Pets to Work Day or something. Yeah, I'll have a look at it. In the short term, though, this coming Tuesday, the 5th of October, on paper, it's supposed to be Buzz Off and That Is the Question. I think it's probably more likely to be Buzz Off and The Purge. Okay. There then wasn't going to be a happy hour stream on Thursday, but we've got Cryptex and the Pyramid from the week before, so we might move those in there. Although Cryptex is also scheduled for Saturday, albeit a different pack. So it might be that I just have to push the Cryptex packs down, and then we can sort of get back on schedule. And yeah, then Red Hogs there. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll figure something out. The long and short of it is I can't make more days happen, so we are going to. Some packs are unfortunately going to have to be pushed back into the next one, season 6, which will start in the new year. But hey, thanks for coming back. Sorry about the hiatus, and sorry it was a bit late starting tonight, so still getting used to things. Stream on Blur's Day. I could do an extra. I could slot in an extra couple of streams, Mondays or Thursdays, maybe. Do some extra streams. I'll see how I feel. We've got to settle in first of all. We're still waiting on. We ordered sofas today and rugs, and we've got to wait for bookcases and things. But the office is now done, albeit a little bit untidy. It might be I can make it up by squeezing in extra streams. But yeah, as you say, Joe, it's not worth burning out over. Which I think is a very real possibility if I push myself too hard and I'm suddenly doing. Because if I do a Tuesday stream and then the Wednesday walk along and then a Thursday lunchtime stream and a Thursday evening stream and then a Saturday stream and then I've got my IRL pub quiz on Sunday, so there's a possibility of getting overloaded with stuff, which is why Happy Hour is sort of staggered the way it is. But as ever, keep your eye on the Discord for stuff that's going on. And all information will be there. Meanwhile, in other friends' streams, people who can keep time a little bit better, this Tuesday, say it's supposed to be Buzz Off and apparently it's supposed to be Google That and Face Off. That's not right at all. I changed that. Since I lost my Nitro, I haven't been able to update my What's On section because it's too long. But I think it's probably going to be Buzz Off and The Purge on Tuesday. Ash has got Duel for All on Wednesday. We're supposed to be playing Dear Esther in the Wednesday walk along in the server on the 6th. Keep an eye on to the server whether that happens. It will very much depend what's going on in the house. Cryptex and the Pyramid is supposed to be at Happy Hour this week, which seems odd because I thought that was supposed to be the week before. When my What's On thing is all messed up at the moment. Next Saturday, Friday, before we get there, I think Ash is not streaming next Friday. I might be wrong. Ash may correct me on that. Next Saturday, I think, is supposed to be Cryptex and Bidding War, but again, TBC. Topper's got a special stream tomorrow, I think. Let's get some shout-outs. Topper, is it your birthday stream tomorrow? If you're still here. And give Ash a follow as well while we're here, because he's on Wednesday. Birthday stream tomorrow on Topper's channel. I know Topper very kindly did give me an invite to that, but with regret, I've got my IRL pub quiz back on Sunday night, so I won't be able to be there, unfortunately. But do go give Topper a little follow, join him for his birthday stream. Elimination and Cash Trapped Invitational. Aha, so there'll be some guests in for that one. So do go give Topper a follow tomorrow for that. I've added pennies, I've added medals, author bonuses and everything. That's it. Thank you very much to David for the pack and to AJ for the Risky Business pack there, and I suppose me for proofing that one. Can I just say at this point a massive thank you to the proofers who, despite the fact there haven't been any streams over the last week, Topperbot is one of the players, nice. Despite the fact there haven't been any streams, they have been working very, very hard, and actually there's now a great big chunk of green at the top of the spreadsheet, meaning there's lots of packs ready to go. So huge thanks to the proofing team who've been working very hard in the absence of streams, which means things are going to be starting to take shape again. I am going to be back on Tuesday with something, probably the Purge from Big Man Aaron and Buzz Off, and that will all be good. Thank you for coming back after my little hiatus. I am in the new house. I am 1,000 degrees, and I'm looking forward to getting back stuck into the community in a proper way. So I've been sort of on the surface a little bit for obvious reasons. Yeah, that's going to be it from me for tonight. Thank you very much indeed. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Go give Topper a follow tomorrow. We're going to raid. Can we raid Home Game Ent at the moment? Sometimes we can, sometimes we can't. Nope, we can't tonight. So let's do an unofficial raid because there's not really anyone else online. So unofficial raid message is going to be, is it espresso nipples? No, let's do something a bit more tasteful. Housewarming party, and oh crap, let's go to the right tab. Housewarming party is going to be the unofficial raid, and we're going to unofficially raid twitch.tv/homegameent. That's who we're going to go and raid with Housewarming Party. Thank you all so much for watching. I have been Royal Flush. Look after yourselves, be safe, be splendid, be absolutely marvellous to each other. Congratulations to Samson on winning Risky Business, and until next time, take care, peace out, and good night.
Shoobity wop me oobity wop me oo. Wop shawong. Wop shawody wop. 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 Shoobity wop me oobity wopity oo. Wop shawong. Wop shawody wop. 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 Wop shawong. Wop shawong. Shoobity wop me oobity wop me oo. Ba-doo now.